If you're going to shoot. Don't talk. Everybody, it's Brian back for another episode of the Spaghetti Western Jamboree. Yep, we're talking about Adios Sabata tonight. When is a Sabata sequel not a Sabata sequel? When it's Adios Sabata. I'm going to get into like the details and all that because it's actually some pretty funny shit. But first, let me bring on my boy, your boy, Matt Burke. What's going on, brother, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm all right, bro. I'm all right. I'm doing okay. What's
nice.
LCS today? Got some cool shit. What about yourself?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm doing great, man. I went to the LCS yesterday. I picked up this. This is like a book I've been sleeping on. I'm gonna have to go and pick those up. The rest of them. It's like everything that kind of I like. You know, I kind of was just like, I got Beardzerker. That was awesome. It was a spoof book, but I need to go back and pick those up. I've always kind of wanted to go and get them, but.
Everybody says that's dope.
Yeah, I'll get them later, So right now, but yeah, man, I just picked up the new Conan. Did a review on that. I dropped that this morning, and checked out the Lost Pages 3. That was a dope book too.
Right.
And wait till you see what they're doing with Conan right now. You're gonna fucking love it, like you specifically.
Yeah.
It's and Zub's bringing the fucking horror to it,
Yeah.
So,
well, sword and sorcery and horror are two genres that just go together like peanut butter and fucking chocolate.
Yeah, 100%. And dates. You ever had a date wrapped in peanut butter? Oh my god!
Oh.
I mean the ones from
Yeah, dude. The really good dates. I would rather have a really good date than even like a bowl of ice cream.
Oh yeah, right.
So fucking tasty. Anyway, also got to bring on my boy, your boy. Preston Acevedo, the great Preston Acevedo, the killer, the illustrator of Severed Toes, Preston Acevedo.
I had a few dates wrapped in peanut butter. I remember.
Yeah, it gets all over the sheets though.
And then
my wife first started going out, like she was wrapped in peanut butter. She didn't expect that.
I never understood that. Right? Like you'd see that in skin flicks sometimes, right? Where they'd like pour honey. Or
Like
no, I never did
that. Use chocolate because it looks like number 2, right?
Well, remember Naked Gun? They were doing that. Like, was it Priscilla Presley and Leslie Nielsen?
Because to me, it's like it's an insult to your lady if you're putting stuff on her to like make her taste good. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's
I like your natural flavor, baby.
I don't know if that's sanitary. Plus, that's got to. I mean, how sticky do you want things to get? I mean, that's got to be horrible.
Right?
You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
get
Like,
it.
Added sticky.
you can't wash that out. Like, you have to throw the sheets away. You know?
Yeah,
Or
bleach it
just
away.
like use put like plastic or like a tarp.
Yeah, like Dexter.
Yeah, that's too much work. I ain't doing
Way
that.
too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
A little over the
Yeah,
top.
no. It's keep it KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm easy to please that way. How are you doing, Preston? How are
Doing
things
pretty
going?
good. Tired. For some odd reason, I'm tired. I
am too.
don't understand it. Like,
Me too. Like exhausted, tired all week.
I got
pushing back.
8 hours. I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes because you get sleep, it isn't necessarily restful.
Good sleep. Yeah.
That
It's,
is a problem.
Shit happens. Shit happens. And then we got Pops. What's up, Pops? I know he's watching like the very end of tonight's movie, Adios Sabata, aka Indio Black. And I'm gonna get into that, like why this is not a Sabata sequel, but it's called a Sabata sequel. It's all fucked up. But anyway, a couple things. Preston, check this out. I think that you would probably be interested in this. I found this. I never even heard of it.
That looks awesome.
Did you ever even hear of this?
Hotspur.
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Actually.
Who does that
looks
look
like
like to you?
Gothic swashbuckling fucking awesomeness, bro.
Looks like a jester, but it's
Yeah,
go to the bottom. The bottom of the book. Who's the credits? It's
Ostrander, Waller, Tangle, and Truman.
Truman.
Like
that definitely looks like a Truman character design right there.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty dope, dude.
And especially when you see the sword, right? Because
looks like Truman did the cover. Did Truman do the cover?
It says that.
Where'd you go, Brian? You got a new LCS or what?
Well, yeah. I mean, we didn't used to have an LCS, but one popped up like 3 months ago.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
And only recently found out about it. So naturally, I'm trying to support them and shit.
Yeah, you have to.
They're called Darkstone Comics, and
yeah, it's pretty metal.
And
Darkstone.
In the town that's like next to mine, I forget the name of it though. But,
that's cool. Little day right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Little Wednesday action. Like that's what I do now. I take the kid to the park on Wednesday, and then we go to the comic store. Even if there's nothing in my box, we just walk in and walk out.
Nice.
I love going to the comic. Used to. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I miss it.
They got a lot of good shit in there too, man. Like they got a lot of indies where it's at,
Miss that shit. Now, see here it says that Truman only did the colors.
Right? So he never did the cover, right? But it does look like a Truman character design, like
dude.
Pretty original looking design, dude. It's like fucking circus.
Look at that sword
style swashbuckler.
Look at that hilt.
Oh, that stinks of Truman. I'm talking about the collar, like the jester collar he's wearing, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
that is a badass character design. I want to read that book.
It's very grim jackish.
Right,
you know
I like that.
Like, yeah.
I like that.
I guarantee you, Truman came up with that character.
Gothic circus swashbuckling horror.
So I got issue 1 and I got issue 3, but they didn't have issue 2 for some reason. So.
It's always like that, right? Like you're always like, oh, I got 1 and 4 and 5.
Well, issue Dalgata, I never read that.
Dalgata.
So
it's like Wolf Cop.
Check it out. Of course, got the new French shit.
Oh, dog. Yeah, I've been wanting to get that too,
cool.
man.
What is that?
I gotta get this.
It's the new French Conan.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah. And this is a badass story. I can't wait to read this. It's beyond
the artist. It's beautiful, man. I still got to get those. I still got to read the other Elric books. I got 2 more Elric books I got like a year ago. I haven't even read them yet.
Good. French comics are so dope.
I do that too, though. I get books in. I've got books that I got last year that I still haven't read.
That pile never gets smaller. It only gets taller.
Man.
They got lost in the mix.
What else I got here? Got the new Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh yeah, I wanted to get that. I kind of
Deathstalker. It's coming out next week, but they hooked me up.
Oh mother, yeah, I went there. They didn't have nothing. I'm like, how'd you get Deathstalker too?
Got John Bolton, Halls of Horror with the Monster Club on the cover, right?
That's like the OG Horror Movie Club backdrop right there.
It sure is. It certainly is. And there's a book that it came with. I'll show that in a second, but yeah, there's the wraparound cover.
Damn, dog. You got some good picks this week, bro.
Yeah, man. John Bolton Hammer Comics.
Ooh, shit. That's
in color.
That's reprinted, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's reprinted from, because I got the Hammer. I got the actual book that came from.
Yep.
I love those flat colors too. You know.
Yeah. And then of course there's an adaptation of the Monster Club in here.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, so I got some cool.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little jealous.
Just a little bit jelly.
Just a little jelly.
Well, check this out, because behind it, I found in the same bag.
Oh, damn.
Nice, dude! I got that one. That's a good one. Yeah,
man.
You got the set.
Oh, you just keep pulling out a bunch of
Bernie
trips,
bitches.
Yeah.
Bernie.
Yeah, the last time I raided my comic shop, I went ahead and got the set of those, like all of them.
Hell yeah, dude.
You had them like stored in the back room. It wasn't even on the like with the books for sale.
It's so fun, like just diving in those like dollar bins, you know.
You never know.
I can make a day out of that, dude. You know, like
that's before they tried to make Bernie like fit into the mainstream. You know?
Mm.
Yep. When he was still doing his thing.
So cool, man.
Matt's right there, like diving into those boxes. It's a fucking adventure.
Time to do a deep dive.
It is. Quick question for Matt. You know what they had there for $20? They had the Topps Comics Mike Mignola Dracula.
Oh yeah. I got that.
Okay. All right.
I have that oversized hardcover black and white version. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
And that's going to be very influential in the coming year. As a kid, I was always trying to get that one, but they had the colored one. This one, I like the black and white more, to be honest. The colors look pretty cool though. They're kind of trippy flats. But
Because they have a bag version, right? It's still in the bag, and it has like the trading cards.
Oh damn! How much is it?
Like $20. Because I was gonna ask you, like, when I go back there, do you want me to pick that up for you?
Sure, if you want. I mean, if it's got the trading cards, because I know it's Topps. I mean, that's my favorite movie.
Because I know that's your shit. That's like your favorite movie. So I was just like, I took a picture of it and everything, because I was just like, well, let me ask if Matt's got this.
No, I don't have that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have that. That was very obscure for a while. A lot of people have been talking about it lately, and I got that, and I got the 4 issues. But yeah, man, fuck yeah, if you could, I'll hook you up, reimburse you the fare too. So
no worries, man. And then I got the free comic too.
Oh, dope.
What they do, and I have to say, I think that this is really cool, is they'll take like some old fucked up toe up comic.
Yeah.
And give it to you.
And what they do is they just write the price tag is free.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll just throw it in like the long boxes, and if you come across it, it's yours.
That's cool, man. Because they're just gonna sit around. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna just sit around. You might as well give them away. You know what I mean? Like
somebody's guinea pig or gerbil.
Yeah. You know, I'd take that. You know, that's good. That's good popcorn reading right there. You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's So I thought that's pretty.
Whenever I tried doing some diving, dude, some deep dives, the little dude's just like, "Let's go, Dad." He starts pulling on my arm, and I'm like, "Come on, pull it off, dog." I'm trying to get in there, you know. I'm like, and he's like, "Let's go."
Once you get into that zone, it's like you just my fingers are moving, and you don't like the world disappears. Man. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
then
you're all fiendish and shit.
Yeah, before you know it, you got a stack this big on the next, and then some dude comes and he's like, "Hey, that's mine. Don't touch it."
I will. I'll try and grab that Topps Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula thing for you, because now I mentioned it. Now I've increased like the likelihood that someone will go and grab that shit before I can grab it. So I'm not gonna wait until next week.
Yeah, the ether was like flew in a bunch of motherfuckers' ears all over your area, and they're like Bram Stoker's Dracula Topps special edition. Yeah, man. There's this like Dracula book too I want to get. There's like 12 novels by Pat Mills. that he's been doing, like with Dracula in Hell. It's like painted. Oh my god, it looks so
Really?
good.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
yeah, he's
yeah,
talking about
dude.
Requiem. He's talking about
Requiem, yeah, dude. I want to get that too.
And-
got the first-
Me and Sim have been trying to get. Well, Sim's got the whole collection, but he's got the whole collection in French, right?
Oh shit, yeah.
I got like 3 copies of #1 that are all in English.
Oh, that's sick.
But here's the problem. Like I got #1, I got #2 and 3, and you can't get the rest of them in English.
That's horrible.
It's fucking terrible, dude, because it goes up to 15 volumes, right?
Yeah.
And it's like it's and then they had this one dude that
can't
had the
find 'em.
whole collection in English, and he won $900 for it. I was like, I can't afford that, dude.
Like I would
Yeah.
pay for that if I had like the money to do it. I would actually
Yeah.
pay for it. Like if
Yeah,
it's
but
that
I
hard to find, because that shit is dope.
Yeah,
You know what
it's
I mean?
fucking hard. Like #1 is going
Like-
for like $200.
And I'll get my greasy
Something like
paws
that.
all over it too, like
Oh, yeah.
drawn and shit.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I ain't there to build a shrine
But
to it, man. I'll
I
be
will
flipping
say
through that shit.
this: the artist that does that also did something called Shy, SHI,
Yeah.
and is fucking. And Pat Mills writes it, and the same
Nice.
artist that does Dracula. I mean, Requiem. He does it, and then they put out something else called it's a fairy book.
Hmm.
I can't remember the name of the fairy book, but I got it, and it's really thick.
Dope.
Hardcover?
Tentacles that does the whole thing. Yeah, it's a hardcover. And
That's
it's
cool.
embossed and all kinds of crazy shit like that.
Ooh.
You guys
And
catch the interview? Oh, sorry.
they also did something else, and I think I got that too somewhere. Like anytime that artist comes, I'm actually thinking about just getting the fucking French versions and just saying fuck it.
I mean,
I'm saying like
it gets to
Like
a
the old
point where it's
manga,
like,
man.
but it's like you want to read the story too because it looks pretty cool. You know what I mean?
and I don't do
Yes.
digital, you know what I'm saying?
No.
And you can get the digital
Not for
issues
that.
easily, but it's like, nah, dude, you
That's
can't
to me.
appreciate
That's
it, you know?
that's a 50-50 coin because the art's immaculate. But at the same time, like I actually want to read that story too, because I know he's a G. He was on. I don't know if you guys caught that interview with him and Millar like about 3 weeks ago. I was listening to it on the way to work.
Mills are fucking
No,
brilliant.
no, I
Pretty
did
good.
not. I did
Yeah.
not see that. What I
Hard
love about
recommend.
Pat Mills is
Tom Miller
that
time.
he's like one of those guys that is still fucking punk rock.
Yeah.
Now,
he lives in
as
Spain,
far as
dude.
punk rock, like the only thing I have to say about that is when I approached him for work and I was like, "Here's my stuff. I do a lot of Disney influence." He was like, "But you don't do digital." I'm like,
What?
yeah, but I do everything. And he's like, "Yeah, but you really going to limit the amount of work you're going to get by not doing digital." And I'm like, "Okay."
Okay.
That's weird.
But do you want me to draw something for you, homeboy?
But aren't his cats all fucking all natural? The ones he's
Yes.
working with.
I don't know. Well, that one
Requiem.
that does Requiem, from what I understand, he does both, right?
Mm.
Like he'll do everything traditionally,
Yeah.
then he'll do some edits to it digitally. You know what I'm saying?
Some
Like,
touch ups. Yeah.
yeah, like, and I noticed that in the fairy book. Let me grab that fairy book real quick. Hold on.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
go grab that fairy book real quick. What's up, Matt?
What's up, Pops? How you doing, man?
Well, I just finished watching that movie.
What'd you think about it?
It's funny.
Yeah, it was funny, right? It's fucking hilarious, right?
You know me, bro. You know me, Matt. If it's not funny, I probably won't get all the way through it. You
And,
know.
hey, you know what's funny too?
That's funny.
What were they recommending? What other westerns were they recommending at the end?
I didn't look. I jumped right in here.
Yours. They're
But I
recommending your comedy, the one with Terrence Hill. They
Oh,
call me
yeah.
Trinity. Hey, you
Yeah,
know what's
there you
funny,
go.
bro? You know what's funny? One of the new Gunslinger Spawns, they did my name. They call me Trinity. They did a variant, and he's sitting there like that, getting carried.
Oh,
no way, on the litter,
I
being
was like, I was
dragged
thinking
by
of
the
Pops
horse?
too when I saw that. I was like, damn, wish I
I'm
could
gonna have to get
now.
that shit.
Yeah.
But check
That's
it
another
out. The
book
thing
that's
I
up on.
loved about this,
Yeah.
you know the dude September.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
September 2nd is my birthday.
Okay.
No shit.
So when he said that, I was like, all right. And I'm
Right.
watching, you got my attention. I'm watching it. And then they kept calling him September after that. I was like, that's cool. Here you go.
Yeah, my son's is on the 9th.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
really?
Cool.
Oh, no kidding.
Well, little brother. I know, dude, we used in Arizona and Phoenix, when I lived there, we used to have a Virgo party because there was so many people, family and friends that were Virgos that there was no way you were going to get to everybody's happening. So we just had one huge fucking thing in September for everybody.
That's great.
You know what I mean? because I mean, there was like 20 Virgos in our immediate circle. It was crazy.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, you know, that's a lot of people to try and think of gifts for all month long. Is like it was just easier. We all just
we do that sometimes.
Big bash every year.
We do that sometimes over here too for my lady's family. Sometimes a bunch of the birthdays just kind of line up. We just throw like a big party.
Well, that's that makes sense to me.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, the gun in here, bro. Oh my god, the Brynner.
It's freaky, right? Because
he's bringing it.
Well, first of all, okay. Just to get it out of the way, if you get like a box set, right? Like these actually just came out on Blu-ray again. I think Arrow put out like a box set. Yeah. And so you get Sabata, Return of Sabata, and Adios Sabata. Now, Return of Sabata is an actual Sabata sequel.
Okay.
This is not. Although it has a lot of the same members, it has a lot of the same cast members, and it has a lot of the same tropes, and it has a lot of just a lot of similarities in general. But this character in this is not Sabata.
Right.
Right? And you know this right away when he bucks down a bunch of fucking goons that come gunning for him, and he wins all this money, and he gives it to this little boy and tells him to like give it to the church.
Yeah, that is
Sabata would never fucking do that.
Yeah, right.
Because in this, Yul Brynner is playing a straight up good guy.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and he's got his own attire, his own style. You know what I mean?
I like this costume. I thought it was
it's dope.
Lovely, man.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like was it kind of looked like he was wearing a purse. Like,
oh, dog!
Right?
Like a big purse.
He was wearing a purse.
Hey, man, he'll come back from the grave and fuck you up if you say that.
Was that his shotgun hanging from him, or was that a saddlebag or something?
It's
but
it wasn't a shotgun.
Purse, right?
It's a repeater.
Yeah,
it's a repeater, right? And this is before you had the Winchester, right? The Winchester repeating rifle. That's when repeating rifles got dangerous. Like that was a game changer, right? Because literally you could just go boom, 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 right? Yeah. Here, he's got this, what looks like a sawed off, right? And he's feeding the magazine in it as he's like cocking and firing. Right? And then of course, then there's like a secret, in the last chamber, there's not a bullet, but there's a stogie. Because that way he can have a nice post-coital smoke, right?
That's pretty gangster.
Killing these motherfuckers is so fucking sweet.
Let me interrupt you for 1 second. I was wrong. It wasn't your boy that wrote this. It was Thomas Day, but it was Oliver Latroit or something like that did it.
Oh,
and
wait,
wrong guy,
wrong dude.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and it's called Wicca. And this is like I don't know what part is done by hand and what isn't, because he does minor edits whenever he does his work. But this is the same guy that did Requiem.
Yeah, it looks just like him.
No,
yeah,
it's got a little bit of It kind of reminds me. You know, it reminds me of a little bit too. A little bit.
What's that?
Vigil.
A little bit. But here's after he put this out. I guess he had all these leftover sketches. So he put out an art book called The Furry Universe. And dude, this thing is fucking sick, son.
What?
Oh, wow.
Like, oh, my God.
It's insane. And he makes notes and he tells little stories about each one of the fairies he came up with.
I can't stand fairies, and that's fucking beautiful, dude.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Man.
No, he puts the Wicked and fairy, and there's a lot of steampunk shit in there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With the dark fairies. Yeah.
I hate steampunk too, though.
I think a little bit.
Fairies. I hate steampunk.
I don't hate it. I think a little bit of it's cool here and there. You know, like if you
I mean,
it's the tech of that time. You know, just kind of.
I think you can find something cool in everything.
Like, definitely.
For sure.
Like with steampunk, when you get into the dark part of it.
Oh yeah.
Like that shit is wicked,
gothic.
so.
Yeah, I just don't like when you see my hard on against steampunk was when they turned Jonah Hex steampunk.
Yeah,
well,
that was some bullshit. That was some bullshit for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yul Brynner, there's no way that he would allow anybody to turn him steampunk. That's for damn sure.
So what's the deal with the Indio Black? Is that what it was called in other countries or something like that?
Yes, because like
That's a
remember I
cool
was telling
name.
you about
Way better than Sabata for him. You know.
You see the purse he's wearing right there?
All right, tell me where you see a purse, motherfucker. Tell me where you see a purse.
You see that purse hanging from his shoulder where he's got his repeater?
It's not a purse. It's a gun.
No, that's just the saddlebag that he carries on one arm.
Oh,
Is that?
It's a horse blanket. It's a horse blanket. Like when he first shows up.
That doesn't look like a horse blanket.
That's
that looks like a purse.
That's his
Is
horse
that like
blanket.
a male purse, like a really masculine purse
Like
he's
a
wearing?
fag bag, you mean?
It's called a satchel.
Because I mean, that is what the gay guys used to wear back in the 70s and the
Man
60s,
purse.
right? When they went to.
How fucking dare you?
That's a man purse.
Are you
bro.
telling me that
I mean, they had bell bottoms,
dude
they had flurries
like the
coming up
loafers?
their arms,
like
and
the
they had
loafers?
purses.
Are
They
you
had
saying?
their shirts wide open with their jewelry hanging down. Not
Well,
come on.
because he's a stud.
Pops lived
Because
through
he's a
that
fucking
era.
stud.
Well, no, but the gay guys used to wear that too, like the big medallion and their
Hey,
chest
look,
hair
gay
showing.
dudes can be manly too.
Did you just say something about Rob Halford just now?
Look, you see, look at his
man,
purse.
right?
You see that
You
purse
did, huh?
that he's wearing right
Something
there?
about Rob Halford.
I must have a purse.
Oh, I
Man
get it.
purse.
It's a purse and it's also a holster for his gun.
It's,
Oh, I
yeah,
see,
it's
yeah.
that long ass
That's
ammo.
It's a
ammo.
gun
dude.
purse, which is
It's
also
a
known
gun
as
purse.
a fucking holster, motherfucker.
Pose, dude. Now that screams like
That's a custom
know.
holster, dude. Just for the that's like
Well,
something
look.
you'd find in a video game.
that
When-
screams something. That screams like 60s gay underground. Rob Halford.
Dare you.
I was
Fucking
whipped by
dare
Rob
you.
Halford type of thing.
Blasphemy. Fucking Yul, man. So yeah, what's the deal? Why is this called Adios Sabata? Okay, real quick history lesson, just the genealogy, right? So you've got the director Gianfranco Parolini. Gianfranco Parolini made a movie called Sartana, right?
Yeah.
And it was a big fucking hit.
I remember that movie.
And they wanted to make a sequel, but he was on the outs with the producer, so he went, "Fuck all y'all. I'm just gonna I'm not gonna have anything to do with the sequel. You can have that IP. I'm gonna go and create a new IP called Sabata, which is pretty much almost the same character. A lot of the same traits. You know what I mean? Like a lot of gadgets,
You guys can
magic
have
tricks.
that.
That's
I'm gonna go ahead over here and do the same thing but different.
Right. Well, that's what you do when you're adapting an IP is you just switch the fucking name and make it your own. I mean, look at
That's what
the
Image did.
Helldivers game. The
Image
Helldivers
did
game.
that.
It's fucking Starship Troopers.
Well, that's what Image did in the 90s. They're like, hey guys, we're sick of drawing these fucking Marvel characters. Let's go do our own thing and do the same thing that Marvel's did.
Exactly. Right. Well, understandably, because then they could owned a piece, right? And you don't have to be like fucking Marv Wolfman and like watch them fucking take your character and put them on a big
No,
screen.
I'm not knocking them. I thought they did something great. I just think they have enough thought to be a little bit more original.
Oh no, I agree.
They have 10 different Wolverines in each one. Of them.
I could not look. I was never an Image fan. I really wasn't. The 90s, I am not a 90s guy at all. I'm an 80s
it
guy.
lasted at least like it was cool for like a millisecond. And then you're like, please, I
First
need
Spawn
real
came
art, like fucking Neil Adams, Arthur Adams, God help me, John Byrne. Like I was like, this fucking Image art it's poison. You know what I'm saying? Like
that style that Liefeld made popular.
Oh my God, dude. Like
and you know what?
Everybody,
you know what's amazing? You know what's amazing? You know what's amazing? People were such fools back then. It's kind of like I look at like Liefeld fans are a lot like Vanilla Ice fans, which is to say they were like, "What? You don't think Vanilla Ice is the shit? Get out of here, you fool!" That's
Well,
like, it was like I don't like Liefeld. What? Get out of here, you idiot!
Like Liefeld was already pulling off like him, McFarlane, all those guys were pulling off like a very, very like minor Arthur Adams vibe.
For
But
sure.
then you had guys that would copy Liefeld because Liefeld was the easiest one to copy. And if they even resembled Liefeld's style, which was like Liefeld being photocopied like 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? Like they got work. And there was so many of them getting work that it was like nothing was good anymore.
Yeah.
It was just everything was just fucking horrible.
Hey, look, hot take, but I really always saw Jim Lee as
I hated
Rob
Jim Lee's
Liefeld if he had talent.
Yeah, dude, I hated Jim Lee's work. I know that's very like you can't really say that, but I could not stand Jim Lee's work.
Yeah, well, we had this discussion before. No, I mean I like Jim Lee's stuff, but out of like that crop, really, it was Silvestri that was
absolutely Silvestri, Keown, you know.
For me, it was Sam Keith.
Sam
And,
Keith.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
Tom
yeah.
McFarlane too, and Greg Capullo. But I mean,
was
Capullo
good,
was
but-
later on.
Capullo, yeah.
Capullo was kind of
Capullo
later
was
on, maybe.
great.
Well, I guess Capullo was doing the '90s with Spawn with him.
I like Capullo. I just didn't like Capullo like when he first started working for McFarlane. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the style when he was doing Quasar. I thought that was better. Capullo.
Oh yeah, Quasar was good. But yeah, real quick about the genealogy of this. So,
That dude's got a good look.
so Sabata was this huge hit. We did it on the stream, right? One of the 10 best spaghetti westerns of all time, in my opinion. Just pure entertainment, right? And it was a big hit. And then they did Return of Sabata, and Parolini directed that too. And that's a fun movie. But if you go into it expecting something that's even in the same league as the first Sabata, you're going to be like, that was shit.
Right.
You're not going to like it, right? But if you go in and just take it for what it is, it's perfect. It's perfectly fine. So Parolini was making a new movie with a new character named Indio Black. But at the last minute, while they were still filming, they decided like, oh, we should like turn this into a Sabata movie because the name Sabata will put more butts in seats. That's why there are 10 billion spaghetti westerns that were named Django. Django this, Django that, right?
Well, Brian, I'm on spaghettiwesternsinfo.com, and it says that like Indigo Black, like they actually made that because they were trying to attract a new crowd, like a different fan base, and they were they were going for more of the male on male persuasion.
Shake Hot Up Boys.
Motherfucker.
They tried to get the village people to do the soundtrack.
Liberation. It's time for liberation. Liberation.
They were going to do a cover of It's Raining Men for the fight scene.
But what's funny is
Dude, that's
now for a
Creams.
lot of
It's
these
Raining
movies,
Men right there. It's
for a lot of these movies, they would actually compose the soundtrack first. And that's what's funny about this is that that it's on the soundtrack. You hear Indio Black, but then everybody's calling him Sabata.
Yeah, that's horrible, huh?
I like the name Indio Black.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's
I
way
mean,
better.
It's
Indio
way
Black.
better. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so
sounds good.
too. And it's
Way better.
completely. This is a completely different character. That's what I'm saying. Sabata would not take the fucking money and give it to the fucking church. You put it in his fucking pocket. The whole concept of Sabata was the same concept as Sartana, which is a bad guy who victimizes even worse guys.
Yeah,
Is Indio Black public domain?
Indio Black? I don't know. Might be. Although then again, I think this was made by Warner Brothers,
no shit.
Because you did have American studios that were putting money into these movies. That's why if you look at Sartana,
Warner Brothers,
and then you put Sabata next to it, the budget for Sabata is like 20 times the size.
Oh, really?
20 times the size. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sabata's a fucking, and this too had a really nice, pretty big budget for a spaghetti. This is like an A spaghetti.
I like that cover right there.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's cool.
I don't like the title, but it said Indio Black like in those two spots right there. Big old India Black, big old black fucking
Yeah, it
title.
doesn't say it at all right there, does it?
No.
I like their name, Indio Black.
Yeah.
Sabata
just
aims to kill, and his gun does.
go back in time and just change the title. You have a time machine. You could do anything you want. What do you want to do?
Well, that's where you get the
Indio
fan
Black.
edit. That's where you get the fan edit. So he goes in and redubs the voices, or everybody's calling him Indio Black instead of.
You could do that with AI now, and it would sound like fine.
You could.
Yeah, you totally could. I mean,
You
I'm
know,
just
he look
saying.
badass with a tattoo. on the
Yeah,
side of
yeah.
his face.
You could go in and like AI all that fucking little string shit off his arms and AI his man purse to make. No, I actually like his man purse though, dude, because it's a holster. I think it looks pretty cool.
I think
It's
they could have done a
badass.
better
And he's just
job.
kind of chilling with it, you know, like a pimp, you know, like what?
Well, he's just look. The
What?
moment he's on screen, the moment he shows up, like look. Here's the thing about Yul Brynner. Yul Brynner is one of those cats like Christopher Lee. That
Yeah.
is to say,
He carries
what
the
is
presence.
it that they bring to the screen? The moment they appear, authority.
Yeah, and presence.
Well,
Like he didn't
it
need to
says
say
here
nothing.
on SpaghettiWesternsinfo.com that Yul Brynner would not break character on set.
Spaghetti Western
And he
Database is where you want to
kept-
go.
He kept grabbing dudes' butts like when he was walking around
Assless chaps.
with his
The original
purse. Like he
costume
would
was
have his
assless
purse on.
chaps. Hey, look, I've mentioned this before on this stream. When people were like losing their shit over Brokeback Mountain because it was about gay cowboys, I was like, you do realize that the
It's a documentary.
cowboy itself was the same thing as calling somebody the F word.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
F word, like a bundle of sticks, you know,
Mhm.
for a fire, right? That because there was so much situational homosexuality on the fucking trail, right? 'Cause you're talking about these guys 6 months out there at a time with nothing but dudes to look at all day,
Gross.
every day.
That's gross.
Forget, like an adult, a male adult back then was considered like 15. You were an
Oh.
adult, so you and your hormones were going crazy, and you were like so confused about what went where, and you accidentally sneak into your buddy's tent, or it was a cold night, and you were trying to keep warm, and
Oh, hey, what's up, Jeff?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
going
man.
on? It's been a while, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I've been okay. Sorry I missed you guys a little bit.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Always
just
welcome.
working and choosing the right microphone instead of the one up there. Disconnected a couple of fans. Yeah, I've been good. How you guys been? Sorry.
we're watching this
All
here gay ass.
I'm about to get into it with Preston. I'm about to like buy a fucking plane ticket for Louisiana.
Fly down there.
Fly down there and fucking deliver some fucking rough justice.
Let it be written. Let it be done.
Yeah.
Go black style.
Shut it be done.
No, but like in was it in Ten Commandments, dude? He was commanding as fuck in that movie.
Oh
he
my
was
god.
bad. Oh,
He was
always
just
a
scary,
Warrior
dude.
fan,
Like, I was telling Brian, I used to watch that every year on
Me too.
Easter.
When I was a kid. Yeah, they would
Love that
always show it
movie.
on TV. Yeah,
That's good.
because for
Good
Easter
villain.
and Passover, it was smart thing to put on TV. And remember, fucking Vincent Price is in that too.
Yeah, yeah,
Briefly, he gets
Jonathan
jacked
Heston,
too. He gets
too,
fucking
right?
murdered.
yeah. John Heston.
I've been watching the old Planet of the Apes, the original Planet of the Apes.
You goddamn apes!
You can't meet him face to face, and you can't turn your back on him.
See, we-
What can you say
His
about
penis in
Sabata except adios?
Oh, walk him down.
Adios,
With his
Sabata.
big
Walk him
gun
down. Walk him
Adios.
from his
It's a
man
butthole.
purse.
down.
It will blow your booty hole apart.
You'll burn
So-
your butthole.
But
You'll burn her.
Yul Brynner as
Yeah.
Sabata. Each
Ah,
for his sword
shoots
off,
from the
lever
hip.
action, 30-30.
gross.
Start off lever action 30-30. They actually even give the
I do
specification.
love that
man.
gun. Like, you notice he converted it right in the middle, like
Yeah.
after he shot the thing, he put the version back into his pocket and he
Contains 7
into his purse.
Remington
He took it off.
cartridges.
He has a smoke afterward. He's like, oh.
Indio Black.
Yul Brynner as Sabata.
That's the one that got him.
They say you can judge a man by the company he keeps.
Ew.
So remember in Sabata, like you guys, like I don't like Matt, like I'm trying to think, like how many of you guys have seen Sabata?
Hey,
The first
wait a
one.
minute. Brian,
The one with
does
Lee Van
that thing
Cleef?
have see-through bell bottoms on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No,
so gay,
well,
dude.
those are bell bottoms.
Looks like
He does
there's-
the flamenco of death if you fucking talk shit about them.
It
We just
looks
watched
like
Sabata
some
like a
cute
couple months
photo
ago.
Gypsy.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Remember how that had like a lot of acrobatics?
Yeah, the dude that he kind of trained and everything.
The alley cat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That
this
movie
dude's
was
like
fucking
yeah, this dude's like is like pretty much the same, like some Spanish stunt man.
Yeah, he brings that guy out like whenever some shit's about to go down, he'll like pull him out like a little monkey and make him tap dance.
Yup.
He's like, motherfucker. He pulls him out and the dude's like,
Damn, that was a
Yeah, man,
long
the
fall,
flamenco of
dude.
death.
Yeah.
Did you see
You know,
that?
People start dying.
See?
September.
I'm gonna have to get a fool like that, you know. I pull him out like, hey dude, start tap dancing. I'm gonna punch this guy.
Fuck.
Now that's a weapon you've never seen before. That's
kinda nice.
completely
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
completely fucking original. This is Salvatore Jay-Z, who is a actor you'll see in a lot of spaghettis, also a lot of Bud Spencer and Terrence Hill movies.
Onto his toes.
Yeah, so basically he just fucking whips ball bearings at motherfuckers.
So he whips balls at people's faces.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Oh, big old musket balls. It's like
Don't
a
you
fucking
like-
bullet. Getting shot by a bullet's bad enough. Can you imagine a big old fucking like ball bearing fucking
Oh yeah.
boring into your
Don't you
blasting
love the way I
car?
converted Matt into the seeing the movie the way I see?
My brother and I used
The
to do that.
Awakening.
If we were watching a movie and we didn't like it and we thought it was shit, we'd start making shit up about
I
it.
never said I didn't like
Our
it.
own
I thought it was
story.
cool. I just thought it was funny. Like his suit's awesome, except for that purse. Like
I like the
bell
purse.
bottoms.
That purse is
bell
dope.
bottoms and the purse.
Not a purse, motherfucker. It's a saddle
Fuck
bag.
that. I like that
Oh.
purse bag saddle thing that he puts
Right.
his bullets
Right.
in.
Yeah, he puts
Now-
his gun. He holsters his gun in his purse.
He puts his shooter in there with his bag that he
Reed.
smokes.
Dean Reed is fucking great in this. He plays pretty much the same character that William Berger played in the first Sabata, which is to say, this guy that is amiable on the exterior, but is just like a backstabbing motherfucker.
Mm.
You know, just like
Yeah.
all
We got a few
superficial
of those in
charm.
our crowd.
When he went
But a fun fucking character to watch. And, you know, this basically operates from the same template as the original
This part.
Sabata.
It just trips
I
me
like
on
this
how
part.
fantasy mimics reality.
Oh yeah. This part's pretty
So, yeah, where he puts like the nitroglycerin in the
Boom.
in his book.
so did you.
Booyakasha!
You should have been like, this one's a real page turner or something. Like
Well,
the
Yul
writing in here
does
is explosive. I don't know something.
have- this is explosive reading.
The colonel
This will blow you away.
Yeah,
who never
the writing just
missed
comes
a
off the
chance
page.
to practice.
Now, remember in Django how the villain in that Eduardo Fajardo, how he was Major Jackson, how
Yeah.
he like would kill time by shooting Mexican peons
Yeah.
That
like
looks,
this. He would like
yeah.
have them run and then just fucking blast them.
hmm
that looks like
do
the
it-
scene from Schindler's List where the Nazi was, cleaning his gun and then this boy's walking away and he just shoots motherfucker in the back.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never seen it. I've never seen it.
There's a Game of
I can't
Thrones-
watch
Schindler's
Holocaust
List?
movies.
There's a Game of Thrones where this one dude's like shooting arrows up, like as this kid's running away, and everyone's like, "Swerve!" You said it.
Serpentine, Shelley
Yeah,
Serpentine.
serpentine. Never understood that.
So make yourself a harder target, man.
Hard target. Hey, has anybody ever heard of space
Great
ice?
movie.
What's
What?
that?
Has anybody ever heard of space ice?
What is that like?
Space Ice.
Alien,
New
is it like
drug?
alien coke?
When you said hard target, and I started thinking Jean-Claude Van Damme, which leads right into Steven Seagal, and there's a guy on YouTube called Space Ice who basically does movie intro voice about all these movies, and he hates Steven Seagal, and I kind of do too. Anyway, off on a tangent.
Space Ice sounds amazing.
That's so good.
That
I
sounds
like a couple of his movies.
Yeah.
Maybe like 3.
Crystal Meth.
He made one good movie. He made one good movie, and that was his first one.
Yeah,
Alfred
Above
Does
the Law. That's the only
Above
good
the Law.
Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah.
hyperextended joints and kneecaps getting blown off. I don't mind.
The one with Forsyth. That one's good.
The boy that played Al Simmons in Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jai White.
Yeah, well, he
Who
said
should
on
have
a
been
set-
Blade in the Blade TV series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're right, but he said on a set on one of the movie, he was on a set with
Oh,
Steven
yeah.
Seagal on one of the movies.
Yeah, I heard about this.
He said Steven was hitting all these motherfuckers hard. Like he wasn't holding back. He was just punching. And they were like, "Well, Michael, did he hit you?" And he's like, "Fuck no."
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't understand the
Knock that
whole.
motherfucker out.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Leguizamo said that for Executive Decision, that's a movie where Steven Seagal appears, and you think he's going to be like one of the heroes, and he gets killed immediately.
Yeah, real quick.
Right, which was smart and smart casting too, actually. Because when you've got your group of heroes, who's the first person you take out? The most competent, right? The leader, right? Take them out. But he said that Seagal just like hit him in the chest for no reason, and he was just like, "Why? Why?"
Well, they were saying like Seagal would break like the stuntman's arms and wrist and shit like that, like
Jesus.
and like hit him at full force.
Damn.
Michael was like, "That motherfucker hits me, I'm gonna knock his fucking ass out."
Yeah, there's an urban legend where he shat himself because he had a contest with him and like the stunt coordinator, and then there's
You can shit
My
yourself.
uncle,
I believe every bad thing I've ever heard about
can't.
that guy.
my uncle was Seagal's security in Louisiana, right? Because he was an ex-cop and shit like that.
I remember that TV show.
Well, no, when he was a cop, that shit was total. And him and one of the guys in Louisiana Police Department, like they were on Steven's compound. And they were keeping some chick hostage over there, And she was supposed to be a maid.
Oh my God, one of those, huh?
That's what they tell
She was
all of
like,
them.
oh, a slave.
She was a foreigner and shit like that, and they were out in the middle of the fucking swamp, and it was
just like took her
finally got away,
passport and like, I own you now.
pretty much, yeah. It was
Scary.
I don't know how he got away with that shit, to be quite honest. Like, I don't
Oh,
have
dude, it's
no
routine
fucking
in
idea.
New York City. Rich people do it all the time.
Well,
According-
Louisiana, too.
They're rich, dude. They can do that. Well, what are these peasants, these peons, going to do?
Yeah.
Fucking what's his face? Fucking our boy Dolph Lundgren rescued a woman from that situation.
He's
But
got
she's-
a whole thing. He's got a whole program set up. You should listen to his TED Talk. It's crazy. Yeah,
It's great, right?
yeah.
They had a guy who
It's
did
so
a complete
inspiring.
breakdown of Steven Seagal's credentials, and it turns out that he's a master at Bushido.
Bullshit.
He got his black belt in China because the fucking sensei fell asleep during his audition.
The bullshit.
he just stuck in and fucking jacked that shit.
He's not even a fucking official black belt.
right here. I'm
Oh, and he lied about being in the CIA and all that shit. Yeah,
dude.
he's like Frank Dukes.
CIA.
He is definitely a master at Bushido.
Put up your dukes.
As Howard Stern said, the only thing that Steven Seagal is dangerous to now is a buffet.
Yeah, right.
Every inch a killer.
Are you eating that?
Practice.
Knock him down.
What can you say about Sabata except adios?
He walks in with his bell bottoms and his man purse, and the other boys trim.
Hey man, he will fuck you up without a doubt,
He will
man.
fuck you up.
You would not say
down,
that
and
shit if he
turn
was
you
still
into a
alive.
power bottom.
And then, of course, it always makes me happy in the spaghettis when they bust out the fucking Gatling. They bust out the
hell yeah.
Gatling gun. That always makes me happy. And sometimes it's a fake Gatling gun. They've got this
Right.
little one, right?
Yeah.
That's just like, I guess, has like sparks shooting out of it. But for this, you can see all the weapons and all the costumes and everything are period accurate.
Cool.
So they used to use flint or something like that with the bullets.
A film by Frank Kramer. That was the name. That was the American name for Gianfranco Parodi.
Let's say that's pretty random.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds very German.
Frank Kramer. Then there was Antonio Margheriti, and his name was,
John
Anthony
Smith.
M. Dawson.
Yeah, Anthony
M. Dawson. And Mario Bava was John Old.
John Old Smith.
Adios, Sabata.
Adios.
It's no wonder he always wears black.
Now,
you can't see
when you see a bridge, when you see a bridge in a spaghetti, that shit's getting blown up. That's
Blown
all
the
I'm
fuck
saying. You see a bridge in
Shit,
spaghetti western, that
looks
shit's
like
getting
it's
blown
made
up.
to be blown up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I wouldn't walk on that motherfucker.
Mind you, when I was a little kid, I used to build model kits to blow them up.
Hell yeah.
We did too. We used to do that shit to everything. Like,
Right? Right? But it was great because you build like a B-17 bomber, and first, you start out with like the little lady fingers, right?
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, it's a little bit of flak, and you see like a
we
little bit of
went
battle
way
damage.
past that. We found my dad's bag of blasting caps with dynamite. We just
What?
yeah, dude.
You
we'd
had
put 'em
access to
in
blasting
boxes.
caps?
Yeah, dude, they were fucking.
Oh,
like
you
this
lucky
big, and they were
MF.
fucking- Dude, you talk about putting a hole in an ant pile. We'd be like,
Oh, well, I mean, I like, my brother was all into those fucking big old M80s and of course the fucking blockbusters, quarter stick of dynamite.
dude,
But
I love
blasting
those.
caps?
Those are awesome.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
blasting
man.
caps.
I remember like our backyard just looked like a World War One war
Like
zone
Beirut?
because it was just like fucking foxholes, just holes
Oh, man.
everywhere. Yeah.
Look like Nam. Look like Nam. He came inside for dinner suffering from PTSD.
All shell shocked and shit. All rattled.
Saying some shit.
You made it back. But you
like
left a piece of
Rambo.
yourself behind. Oh Christ, man.
There's no fan art for this, huh?
Nope.
Just a movie poster.
Not that I could find. All just the movie posters.
That villain, dude. That villain looks like that villain was pretty fun. I like the way like at the end when he gets murdered, like the knife when it goes into the painting and he just slides down and just like
Oh, it's
and all the little booby traps he has, and then like Indio Black's like, he throws the fucking little like the little
way ahead of him.
the little widget, on the dude's foot, and he trips him and he saves his life.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the movie I originally wanted to do, the movie that I planned to do for this week was The Big Gun Down, which is like top 10, one of the best spaghetti westerns ever. And
I like it when you do the more obscure ones though, like the Big Gun. I think I've seen the Big Gun Down like at least twice.
Okay.
But this one I seen when I was like a really little kid, right?
Oh shit.
But in watching it refreshed my memory because I recognized the main actor. But like some of the other ones that you picked, like were really, really good, but I've never heard of them.
Right.
I'm saying.
No, I mean, I usually, it's like with the horror show, I usually like to pick movies that people have either never heard of, or maybe they've heard of it, but they've never seen it, and they've just been sleeping on it. This actor's name is Gerard Herder, and he's also one of the villains in The Big Gun Down. And yeah, his character here is Colonel Skimmel. One of the things I love about this movie is that it's set in a really, really peculiar era in Mexican history. This was when Mexico was ruled by Emperor Maximilian, who was Austrian.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, what the fuck were the Austrians doing in Mexico?
Yeah, right.
Turns out that he was pretty much, I forget whether it was, no, I don't think he was a Spanish proxy. He was a French proxy. Right? And ruled Mexico not for a very long time. But during the revolution, the Juarez Revolution against him, there was a big pile of gold that was supposed to go to get arms, not for the revolution, like in here where they're trying to get the gold to fund the revolution, but to get arms and to hire mercenaries to come and fight for Emperor Maximilian. But this was like right at the end. So that gold, it just fucking disappeared.
Damn.
Yeah, it never made it to the harbor.
It's like getting a tax return and then having something go wrong with your car.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Wait, I got 3K coming in. My transmission just went out.
How much will it cost? How much you get?
3,000.
Yeah, that's never fun.
Plus tax.
That's never fun. There's some versions of this movie that when you hear you hear Adios Sabata. But yeah, for the American release, this was called Adios Sabata, and then I think it was in Italy, it was Indio Black. And I think I don't know if it was Indio Black in most of Europe. I think it was Adios Sabata and outside of Italy. Made the Cinecittà Studios.
What did do you know what Yul Brynner said about the whole fucking name change? Was he like pissed about it? Did he give a fuck?
I don't think he gave a fuck. This was his one and only spaghetti. And the fact that he made a spaghetti is pretty fucking cool.
It's pretty cool, right? Like random, like so random, like Yul Brynner in a fucking spaghetti western, and yeah, I was like, I can't wait to see this.
I know.
And I still haven't seen the fucking the Magnificent Seven with him. Yeah, I've seen the fucking remake, but I never seen the old one.
He is the balls in that, and of course, that's also got fucking Bronson. It's got fucking Steve McQueen. That movie is a classic. So
Bronson's got a crazy life story, man.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
he does.
He's like working in the coal mines and shit.
Yep. And what was the movie he was making? He was making a movie with Kurt Russell when Kurt Russell was a little boy.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
And it was his birthday. It was Charles Bronson's birthday. And so little Kurt Russell gave him a birthday present. And Bronson just kind of like turned around and walked away and disappeared for a while. And when he came back, he explained to the kid, like, nobody ever gave me a birthday present before.
Yeah, he probably went away and cried and came back.
Yeah, that usually happens. Gene Simmons used to do that shit on stage.
It's too much.
So there's no proof that Charles Bronson cries.
There's no proof that Charles Bronson cries.
Nice.
I'll see you later.
It's like one of those legends, like in Chuck Norris's beard. There's a fist.
Right?
Fuck Chuck Norris, man. Fuck Chuck. That guy, you look at his fight scenes, he's snapping on Bruce Lee. He's snapping on like the Hong Kong chop socky movies.
Bruce Lee.
You look at his fucking shit, the fucking stuntmen are just standing around waiting to get kicked.
Well, at least he didn't die like a pussy. Just kidding.
No, I mean, he went out like a soldier in Way of the Dragon. That is true. And that is a classic fight, but you want to talk about negative charisma. Fucking fucking Chuck Norris comes from like the Cedar School of Acting, where you just study like a block of wood every day for hours at a time, and then just try to like mimic that block of wood. He was horrible. I'm trying to think if I ever saw him in a good movie. I don't know that I have, actually.
Good guys wear black, where the dude gets a ski boot in the face.
I was
That's
never
a good
a Chuck
scene.
Norris fan.
Yeah,
that's a
him
good
as
scene.
an action hero. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, Silent Rage is like the one movie of his that I like, because that's basically Chuck Norris versus Michael Myers.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Have you seen that new that new horror movie where it's taken from the perspective of the killer, and it's filmed like kind of like at a low angle, kind of like the Arkham games, the movie's filmed like that, where it's the camera's like sitting like down to the bottom left, so the character's kind of like right in the bottom left of the screen, and he's just walking through the woods. He's like Jason Voorheesian, and he's just going around killing people.
Really?
And it's just following him around as he's just murdering people. It's like a big, I forgot the name of it. I'm gonna look it up for the show, but it looks pretty cool. Like I just keep getting ads for it like the past month.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure when the Eggers version of Nosferatu is coming out.
They haven't shown it yet, right? The appearance of him?
Not yet.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I've seen some like AI or fan art, and it's still not accurate. I read an interview with him yesterday on Yahoo.com, and he was saying that he might come back as Pennywise, and he was saying that he wished that Warner Brothers never released the look of him because he hadn't even played in the movie. He just put the makeup on, and they released it. And he said all these fanboys were all fucking talking all this shit, and it was kind of a lot for him because he was like kind of like in his early 20s, and it fucked him up.
Right.
But then he was just like,
personal.
you know what, fuck you, I'm gonna do my best. Similar to the Crow shit, but he was saying that they're probably gonna they are making Welcome to Derry, so he's gonna come back as Pennywise. It's gonna be a TV show.
Okay.
And then he was saying that Nosferatu's look, it's gonna be scary but like kind of sensual at the same time. So I'm like, what the fuck?
God damn it!
So I'm like, yeah, I don't know, doggy.
Well, it's Eggers. It's
you're
Eggers.
You're fucking me up with the Crow already. So,
well, look.
Maybe they're going to go
by the way,
teen Nosferatu.
by the way, a sexy Nosferatu, I can't imagine that.
Nah.
But
we'll see though. You know, it could have meant a multitude of things. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because vampires, they're all fucking kind of like that. But we'll see, man. I'm kind of let down by the Eric Draven look. I mean, because it's Eric Draven.
Dude.
So
Yeah,
You're not talking about Nosferatu. You're talking.
No, I'm talking about both of them. I'm talking about both of them at the same time.
All right.
So I'm let down by that. I hope I'm not let down by the Nosferatu appearance because I'm very into appearances, even by comics and characters in movies. I'm really into that. Like if they don't,
design's super important.
If the character design is lame, I don't even give a fuck about it. It's kind of that's just the way I'm wired.
No, me too. I think it's just natural. I think most people are that way.
It's weird, huh? It's kind of stupid, but
Ryan, you would notice, like Hammer House of Horror, is that reprinting Hammer Hall of Horror?
Are you talking about the TV series, or are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about the magazine, like the
magazine,
the comic mag. Is Hammer Halls of Horror? Is that a reprint of Hammer House of Horror? Or is it the other way around?
Hammer Halls of Horror.
Beep.
I've never even. I am not familiar with that, dude. Let me see. Let me look
I'm
that up.
looking at a Captain Kronos, and I'm like, it looks cool, but they got two different ones. You know?
Because I would love just to have a collection of.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hammer Halls of Horror. Oh, you know what it is? I think they changed the name. No. Hammer Halls of Horror is the name of the magazine. Hammer House of Horror was the TV series.
No. I'm looking at two different magazines. One of them says Hammer House of Horrors, and it's the same exact magazine with a different title than Hammer House of Horror. And it's the same book. It's the same cover.
Yeah, I think they changed the name of the magazine while it was running.
It's 1978, and this is
so I don't have to feel bad about doing that myself.
No, not at all. Not at all. As for the
that's very strange.
Hammer House of Horrors, I can't say that I really recommend it. There are a couple of good episodes, but yeah, as for the House of Hammer,
it is a reprint. That's what it, because one of them was put out in 1977, the other one was put out in 1978.
Gotcha. I would love to see an omnibus edition. That would be great.
Oh yeah, that would be fucking amazing.
That would be fucking amazing. Oh yeah, I'm looking at like the very last issue. Halls of Horror has fucking American Werewolf in London, and Blade Runner, and
Blade Runner,
Conan. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the Mad Max 2 episode. I mean, issue number 29.
Like they did the whole movie in comic and like comiced out.
I don't know. I do not have those issues.
I have the comic book downstairs.
Did you guys see Furiosa?
Fuck no.
No, not yet.
Fuck
Everybody's
no.
saying they really shouldn't
ask me that
have
question, man.
They say that they really shouldn't have put like the Road Warrior tag on there because it wasn't a Mad Max or Road Warrior film.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing from Critical Drinker.
I'm gonna go see it next week. I'm trying to stay clear of the
Don't
reviews.
You fucking dare. Don't you?
Yeah, me and the wife are gonna try to go see it.
Here's the thing: you got to.
I like the universe. I guess it was written with the same. This was written at the same time. I've been watching interviews with Miller for like the past 2 days. It was written the same time as Fury Road, and Charlize was like, "Can we do Furiosa first?" He's like, "No, we're already doing this one." You know, so
because you need to do the bait and switch, right? We can't just do Furiosa because then people are like, "Well, who's that?" What we're gonna do is we're gonna call the movie Mad Max, but it's really gonna be a Furiosa movie, and Mad Max is gonna write bitch.
So why do you think he did that? Do you think he wanted to do the whole SJW like feminist fucking switch personally? Or do you think he wanted to have a female lead?
No. He is a feminist.
Oh, is he?
He's a feminist. Okay. George Miller is a feminist, and for Mad Max Fury Road, do you know who he worked with on the script? Eve Ensler.
Oh, okay.
The author of the Vagina Monologues.
Oh, okay. Then that makes sense.
Radical fucking cock-hated feminist.
Yeah, but what's wrong with the vagina monologues?
Not like cock-loving feminists, which I think were like the second wave, third wave. I got the waves mixed up, but I think it was the third wave that were like the ones that were chill. And
I wonder what inspired him to do that, man.
We hate men again.
Like, I don't know. It just kind of. I just wonder what inspired him to do that. You know,
agenda. He wanted to push an agenda.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Or do you think it was just money?
Well, I mean, there's usually like a whole team of people putting a movie together. I'm sure there must have been investors involved.
I mean, you look at all of his filmography. He doesn't have any of that shit in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's old. He's old.
Yeah, he does. I've never seen the Witches of
like with the current climate.
Oh yeah. I have seen that.
To get the funding, they probably needed.
Yeah, well, maybe a little bit.
But also a new Mad Max movie by George Miller. Holy shit! Who wouldn't fucking back that? He'd been trying to get that made for ages. That movie was like at least 10 years late because every time they were about to shoot, a war would break out in Africa, which is where that movie was shot.
Yeah, right? That's where like Martin Joe lived. He's South African, the toe cutter actor. And I heard they were trying to get.
They have a big, like Mad Max festival in Australia.
Yeah, I think they filmed Fury Road in South Africa though.
The original Mad Max movies are two of my favorites of all time.
Dude. Yeah.
Right? The first Mad Max was a huge fucking hit everywhere in the world except America. Mm-hmm. And that's why when Mad Max 2 got released here, they called it the Road Warrior, because if they released it as Mad Max 2, people would have been like, well, what happened to Mad Max 1?
Yeah, right.
Right?
I was always a big fan of Thunderdome myself as a kid.
I left that theater feeling crestfallen.
Yeah, a lot of people hate the ending and shit, but I like the whole, like, he actually throws actual physical like punches and kicks in that movie. He doesn't get down like that too much in the first two. So like as a kid, and I went back and watched those, like, damn, he didn't fucking fight nobody. He's just running over people and blowing them away. So it was cool to see him kind of be more berserker-like and brutal and feral, you know, and then get into that fucking dome and fucking pulls up.
Yeah, and then the last half of the movie, this goes completely
to the kid shit. But then they get back.
Once the kids show up, then it turns to shit.
Then they go into the chase.
They lacked the dark brutality that was present in the first two Mad Max films.
Yes, it's just in the beginning. Gentler Mad Max. You know why? Do you want to know why? Because when Mad Max came out, nobody knew who Mel Gibson was. He was an unknown, right? That makes sense. George Miller was holding auditions, and he was walking down the line of actors that were lined up for the audition. And Mel Gibson had been in a barroom brawl the night before, and his face was all fucked up, and his eye was like fucking swollen shut. And he looked at George Miller, and George Miller went, "You're the guy. Hey, everybody else, you can all go home. No more auditions. You're the guy."
Maybe he knew him from like the ER or something, you know?
Right?
Like, I remember you. But no, I actually love Fury Road. Like, I love the design. And
I know a lot of people too.
I liked it too.
It's a technical achievement.
If I have to go back, and like I've only watched it one time, and like I'm gonna watch that movie over all of them.
And I'm just those fucking vehicles were fucking
and the
insane,
shit that they got in the new one, oh my god, it's fucking dope.
Metalhead
car. Dude, Martin Joe's metal as fuck, dude. And then the Hemsworth character looks cool. I'm going for the villains. Yeah. The villains look cool in the new one. You know, now, he's got that chariot of Harleys. You got a chariot of Harleys.
They did have Master Blaster. Like,
Master Blaster, and then you got to see him doing like and he fought a lot. So the first half of that movie is my favorite in the whole fucking franchise. Just the first half.
I just want to see some buttless chaps. That's all I want to see.
You'll probably see some of that in there. But like, I guess having a Morton Joe comic, like I've been seeing, like there's videos online where they're trying to like connect all the universe, and they use some of the comics to kind of connect some of it. Like a lot of the Furiosa.
Oh, the video game too. The video game. Here's something that's really fucking crazy. Okay, yeah. Well, first, I
want to say though, like you know, like in this movie Brian's reviewing, you're going to see some buttless chaps in here too. Like,
so Mel Gibson was an unknown when Mad Max was made. Mad Max 2 comes out, he's still an unknown. Yeah, Mad Max 3, he's a sex symbol.
Yeah,
that's why you got a kindler, gentler Mad Max. And as a kid, I was just like, "Fuck this shit," not into it. And to this day, I'm like, it's okay, it's aight. But Mad Max 1 and 2 are untouchable. Those are two of the greatest movies ever. Fucking.
I like
Mad
2.
Max 1 was fucking crazy.
Both of them are fucking awesome.
Nuts,
they're different too. Way different.
I've watched those movies 100 times. They never get old.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was absolutely no budget.
Super low budget.
It's just humongous, dude. Lord Humongous. That fool was just dope. He's like Jason and Mad Max put together, like, or and just like the whole like post-apocalyptic thing. And I was watching, like, I've been watching the interviews with him for the Furiosa promotion. He was saying that, like, you know, we kind of did the whole post-apocalyptic thing. He didn't say we created it, but they kind of did on cinema, right? And so he's like, now I'm trying to find ways to where it doesn't look fucking like every movie that came after or shit. And they're showing like Book of Eli and all, Fallout, So in the new movies, there's a lot of color, like in Fury Road and Furiosa, there's a lot of color out there. They try to find ways to bring in reds and blues, and you know what I mean?
That movie is gorgeous. It's spectacular to look at.
Right. Yeah.
But I can't fucking stand it.
I see why. I see why.
Because Mad Max is writing bitch in his own fucking movie.
He's really
switched. And I don't like being baited and switched. Yeah. I don't, man.
Yeah.
You know the new fucking the X-Men 97 series? If you didn't hear that's a massive bomb.
No.
Do you know why that was a massive bomb, even though it's fucking awesome? Because people have been too fucking are used to getting baited and switched, and that's why nobody went to see that's why Furiosa just bombed the fucking box office. People are sick and tired of it, man. I'm fucking sick and tired of it. Fuck that shit, man. I'm not with it. I'm not with it personally.
Yeah. Is there a reason they put Mad Max?
I never would have watched that if people hadn't told me it was dope. I'm sorry.
Why did they put? Was there a reason why they put Mad Max as the runner-up?
Yes, because of the message. That's why. Because George Miller is a feminist, and he wanted to make a female Mad Max movie. He wanted to make it Mad Max scene, I guess. But he knew he couldn't get the shit funded if he just called it Furiosa or if he called it Mad Max scene.
Yeah.
So he called it Mad Max so he could make a fucking feminist movie.
Yeah. And not a lot of people are bringing that up, I don't think.
Man.
I haven't been watching all the people because they just like, everything shit, that's usually like a lot of YouTubers are doing their videos now.
I know.
So, but I bet you, I don't know if a lot of them know like your take about who helped write the movie. The first.
Evensler.
I didn't know that.
I went, uh-oh.
So, yeah, no, that makes sense. But I don't know. I wasn't. I mean, I thought Tom Hardy was serviceable, but I didn't really enjoy him. As it was just something to me. He wasn't like
he was
brutal
like an
enough.
Idiot. Like he was like a
kind of blundering.
The way
I blundering idiot. That's
he
what
spends
he was.
the first half of the movie in
it's a blood bag.
He's
a blood bag.
Yeah.
He's a blood bag. He's fuel for Nicholas Holt's character.
Yes.
But he wasn't
to clean out his blood.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was just kind of like this bumbling idiot throughout the whole film.
Yes.
And then but in like Road Warrior, fucking
Stone Killer.
Like he was
Stone Killer, man.
He started
remorseless.
As a cop,
like I'm actually down to see a remake of it, dude, with somebody else like taking a crack at it, and putting in some more cars. Like I don't know.
I would love to see I would love to see Old Man Max.
Oh,
yeah, everybody wants that. They said at the time
you're not gonna get it.
At the time, they couldn't get Gibson. Well, they said at the time they couldn't get Gibson to do Fury Road because nobody wanted. None of the producers wanted to put down money because he was canceled at that time. Because that was like 15 years ago.
Oh, I got news for you. He's even more canceled now. Like he came out and exposed everybody for predators.
He's starting his new company right now, and Harrison Ford just joined with them. It's called Non-Woke Productions. Not woke.
What?
Not woke pictures. Yeah.
Really?
As far as I know,
he's got the sequel to The Passion. I'm waiting for.
Yeah, he's directing that now, and he's working on a new company, and allegedly Harrison Ford's jumping over there with them.
Yeah, I wonder if Sylvester Stallone's going to go, because I've heard he's
probably.
Like, what the fuck?
Probably.
I mean, Sylvester Stallone's like, why do suitcases have wheels on them? What's happening to us? And I'm like, okay, all right.
He already got like semi-canceled like 6 weeks ago on the set of fucking Tulsa King. Some dude was crying about some bitch, some little fucking soy fucking bitch.
Yeah. So he's like, all
don't
right,
talk to me like that. It's like, shut up.
I don't
Brian.
Yeah,
The fucking actors, they're gonna fucking, they're moody, dude.
The whole show.
Zoomers, man, like they will not engage you in a conversation. They'll just turn around and run away.
Yeah, they'll look at you with these big old bug eyes and just like put their headphones on and like just like they don't know how to human.
They asked her to explain toxic masculinity, and she started crying, and she's like, "Can I go home?"
Oh yeah, that guy.
I go to my bedroom and play my video games.
And I was like, well, yeah, you can leave. It's. I was just asking what your idea was.
Hide my headphones.
I mean, look, SJWs in general. That's one of the things I always noticed about them. They can't hang in a debate. They can't.
I think what it is she didn't know what she was backing. Like she just followed the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she was repeating one-liners, and then when it came to actually putting slapping down some cash on the table, like she couldn't do it. Jesus.
Yeah. Ask any of them about the new popular thing. Talk about any new popular thing, and they have no idea what it is.
But I'm gonna go see that movie, dude. And I do like the villain. I do like the villains. I think Immortan Joe's pretty badass, and his comic looked pretty cool. I like that. I liked him a lot, and I like that he was toe cutter at least. And I think Hemsworth's character looks pretty dope.
Yuki Burns, that was fucking awesome.
Dude, have you seen the chariots he has? Hemsworth, he has Harley chariots. Like he sits in the back, and Miller said that it was inspired by like these chariots that like cops used to do. Cops used to race back in the day. You know, like it's on Vanity Fair. It's a Vanity Fair thing. You know, but yeah. So like that, it's more like the spectacle and shit. You know, that's kind of why I want to watch it.
That's fun. And like I said, Fury Road.
I'm not going for Mad Max.
Is an achievement.
Oh yeah, definitely in cinema history. But I'm not going for. I hate to say I'm not going for Mad Max. So I'm going for the villains because obviously he's not in there. And then two, I don't think you're going to get like a cool Mad Max out of Miller. You know what I mean? As far as character, that character, Radetensky, or whatever the fuck his name is.
No. He says that he wanted to do a Mad Max movie after this. Now it looks like that's not going to happen, and I'm like, good riddance.
Nah, he's kind of done. And then I saw another interview with them. They're like, so what about Old Man Logan or Old Man Mad Max? You know what I mean? Like, what do you know? A lot of people, you know, or something want to see that. What do you do? He's like, oh well, you know, I've never even thought about that in the future. You know, like I've never even thought about what would Mad Max would be, and I don't know where his story would go. Like shut up, dude, you're a fucking liar.
Exactly.
You know, come on, bro, come on.
I know. It's pretty awful.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off because he's one of my childhood heroes.
Well, that shit just happens. I guess people change. You know, it's some people
Yeah.
are like, oh, people never change, but they do. Some people
Well,
do.
look,
I don't know if they change or they just let out their inner asshole.
Their inner fucking soy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you look at somebody like Don Coscarelli, for instance, the guy who did Beastmaster and the Phantasm movies. Dude. I fucking love that dude. Guess what? He's a feminist.
Mm.
You wouldn't be able to tell from any of his movies, would you?
Nah.
Right?
No.
That's the thing. It's just
was he a feminist or a hardcore feminist? There's difference. You know what I mean? Like the first feminists are like cool. You know,
second wave, third wave, fourth wave.
Yeah. So like first wave is most people like normal, and then you start going into fucking
cock hating feminists. And
yeah,
then
exactly.
You had third wave, I think, were the feminists that liked men, and now we're back to they're back to hating men.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. It switches.
I don't know all the technicalities of the waves. I've heard them, but I don't fucking remember all the shit.
It's confusing.
I don't sit there and study it and memorize it all fucking day. I just know that shit's fucking gets extreme. Just like anytime anything gets too extreme, it sucks. You know. Because men, we need masculinity and we need femininity. We need men need women and women need men. There needs to be a fucking balance.
Even gay men need women, dude.
Well, they
Yeah.
that's what that chick was saying. She was like, why are we competing? She was like, like we're supposed to complement each other, not try
Yeah,
to take over
the
each
thing I
other.
never, yeah, that's
Yeah.
never,
Two halves of a whole.
It's 50-50.
never understood why
Yup.
the one side complains about the side that they want to morph into, and then the other side
but-
complains about the side, and then like they're morphing into that. Like, but don't you
I've always thought it was
not
weird.
like them?
Yeah.
Like, but it's almost like they're children before their hormones hit, and they're still going, boys are gross and girls are gross.
I
But
know,
they're
right?
You know
twisting into
what I
that.
think it is? I think it's a bunch of people that thought their lives were going to turn out where they were going to be noticed and famous and all this stuff, and it never turned out that way. So now they love being the center of attention because they're making
Yes.
all this controversy about them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
scraping for their 15 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Attention whores. Big time. Big time.
It's like if you put a movie up and it's called Indigo Black, and you're like, I want to review
Indio.
this movie.
Indio,
about
not
this
Indigo
dude.
Black. Indio.
This gay dude
Indio Black.
Let me
wearing
get
a
Indio
purse
Black
with
ass.
Smells like pigs are around.
Yeah, let's check out this little clip here. That actor, by the way, I don't know his name, but I can look him up right now because I've got this volume, which I highly recommend if you're a spaghetti western
nice.
fan. So Any Gun Can Play, The
Nice.
Essential Guide to Euro Westerns by Kevin Grant. One of the things that's funny as shit about this book is that it has a who's who in the back. So you can look up the actors that you'll see,
Wow.
right? Like you
That's pretty gangster.
like whenever you're like, oh, it's that guy. It's that guy. I recognize that guy. You pick this up and you can find out exactly who that guy is, what movies, what his name was, what movies he's in, and
cool.
everything. And yeah, it's a very useful, handy dandy guide. And that dude always plays a villain.
Smells like pigs are around.
He, of course, is one of the Austrians, and he doesn't like the fact that he's in a Mexican saloon and that there are Mexicans there. Kind of like a guy that I knew that bitched about all like the fact that there's just too many damn Mexicans in New Mexico.
Here, you smell anything, Septiembre?
Now, of course, that dude, you remember him from the first Sabata movie. That's Ignacio Spala, who plays Escudo. It was pretty. I mean, he's a revolutionary in this. In the first one, he was a Civil War veteran that was homeless and was Sabata's buddy. Because immediately you recognize him, like, oh, that guy's gonna get paid. I know to hang out with that guy.
Your friend has no nose, or he's a liar. Or you mangy pig herders smell disgusting.
Oh snap!
Look how he's drinking his beer. He's like,
With the lace and everything. Well, look, man, I'm sorry, but that was the 1800s. That was the last time that men's clothes looked cool, in my opinion.
That's cool.
You're too full of it to...
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh, the frock coats and the fucking dude, the shirts with the big billowy fucking sleeves. Have you ever worn one of those? They're fucking
Well,
comfortable.
what about
Be a judge,
Prince?
my friend.
I'm sorry?
What about Prince?
Prince? Yeah, but I mean that wasn't like the real
Prince
deal.
was a
That was
showman.
like yeah. Although he would wear that shit, like remember fucking Charlie Murphy told that story
I'm starting
about playing
I'm starting to
basketball with
think
him and his boys, and they were wearing all that shit.
Bernie, you're on Grinder.
OnlyFans. Shank. Them's fighting. Well, not words, but fight.
He should have kept playing.
That's a beautiful letter opener.
It
Yeah.
is really lovely.
He should have just kept playing.
that's what he's
I was
thinking. That's why
about to turn
he's
the
like,
page.
that is a beautiful letter opener.
Now, what
They
I
paid
was
him at
thinking he
first.
would do in this scene, what I was expecting him to do was just fucking grab that thing and then throw it right back at him. But
Just
Indio Black decides to do something different.
It's like keep playing the piano.
Yeah, it would be badass. Yeah, they're all like, oh shit, shit is about to go down.
It's like, I wish I could tap dance to that and accent
well, he just
his keys.
Yeah, time to start doing the flamenco of death.
It's Pedro Pascal right there.
Ish for sure. Man, I'm dreading that fucking Fantastic Four movie. I really don't want. I'm dreading that, man.
The only thing that's going to be decent, dude, is that Deadpool Wolverine movie, and it's not even a fucking real Marvel movie.
I know.
It's a fucking spoof. It's sad. It's a Mel Brooks movie.
Right. Now, if you didn't know about Austrians are basically Germans that have an inflated sense of self. That would be the way I would, and that's not to diss all Austrians, but they can be a bit haughty and aristocratic.
I will say they made a bunch of dope ass armor and weaponry over the last couple thousand years. Like some of the best in the world, right?
Oh my god, for sure. Yeah. I mean, look, the German culture, the Austrian culture, fucking amazing. But it's like, dude, it's like Austrians sticking around in Mexico. It's like, what
the fuck were they thinking?
Yeah. Turns out they were actually there because of the French. The French were using them as like a proxy. They basically came to Maximilian one day and were like, hey, how'd you like to be Emperor of Mexico?
Ja.
Ja, jawohl. Sehr gut. Wunderbar. Ausgezeichnet.
So can I bring the beer and the accordion?
The gauntlet has been thrown down. And Yul looking chill as fuck. Like, yeah, what you gonna do? Not sweating shit. Fuck. There I go. Fuck it up the clip again. Yeah, there we go.
Anytime.
Dag, yo.
Isn't it enough you lost a friend?
Better grab the handkerchief.
I bet the smell doesn't bother him anymore. From now on, he's going to learn to smoke.
Yeah, I mean, what did you guys think of this movie? Those of you that have seen it, like, what was
me? I loved it, man. I loved all the gags that he had. It was awesome seeing Yul Brynner being here. And the thing is, it was to me, it was a comedy to a certain degree. You know what I mean? So
it's lighthearted for sure.
Definitely.
Spaghetti westerns come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like a lot of, I don't know, even at the end, like the captain when he's yelling at the other side of the bridge, you know, and I don't know, I think I just felt there was a lot of comedy in here, and even like the fucking Trinity, you know, they're like, you know, like they're advertising that with like, if you like this, check this out. My name's Trinity. You know what I mean? Like those, it's not that far obviously off into that void of parody, yes. But it's definitely, you know, it's got a lot of humor in it. I would say, especially this guy. But yeah, I loved it. And again, the gags. It's cool seeing Yul Brynner in here doing a spaghetti, like you're saying, a big, you know, bombastic character, doing the whole like occupation of Austria in Mexico. I thought that was cool. This guy looks like a 6-gun guerrilla villain, Maximilian.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, and Gerard Herzer as Colonel Skimmel.
It was cool though, man. Hard recommend. Thanks, Brian.
No,
I had a blast watching it.
I don't think it's as good as The Big Gun Down. But for like a last minute selection, you could definitely do a lot worse.
Well, I like it. I like the westerns where you have like a really like, you know, charismatic, like interesting character, you know, like the blind fucking gunman, or, you know, I really like Klaus Kinski's character, you know, where he's running under the ground and taking all these fools out, you know, like that Gothic Western.
And God Said to Cain.
Yeah,
That's
that
like
was
that
really
depressing movie you made us watch, where the Mexican dude with the crow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
On his eyes.
On.
Like
A fucking song, man.
Music. Like,
that was a trip.
Yeah, for the apocalypse.
Interesting. It was worth seeing just for the villain.
Yeah,
yes, for sure. It's
Villains are fun, dude.
and mathematically perfect. We Austrians are men of steel. Our beloved Emperor Maximilian is our model and our strength.
Love each other and sleep with each other.
Like for me, when I always think of Austrians, though, I always think of like armor and like swords and shields and shit.
Oh my
like,
god!
They said they had the best shit, like allegedly back in like medieval times and afterwards.
Yes, for sure. I mean, there's a reason why Austrians have
money,
a little bit of a
and they're still there.
A little bit of an inflated sense of superiority.
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, dude. Yeah, just look at Arnold, right?
So.
Yeah. Yes.
The country's very beautiful too. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, Vienna! I've still never been to. Never been to Vienna. Actually, this guy, Gerard Herter, who plays the villain in this, Colonel Skimmel, was born in Stuttgart, where I actually have family in.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, you know, a lot of fun characters in this.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, I mean, this movie definitely obeys the rule of thirds, right? Things happening or gags happening, like at least 3 times. Like Escudo, where like whenever like one of his friends dies, he starts giving like this massive like eulogy. Manuel, it has been in a good cause and also received by the Lord. Right, and it carries on, and then suddenly he's just like, "Oh, wait a second, we can split the shit 4 ways now."
Yeah, it's always cool too when they got new weapons too in a movie. You know, like oh hell yeah, you know.
Oh, for sure. And you know, one of the things that's just fun about the Spaghettis, one of the things that's just fun about these movies is how eccentric they are.
Oh yeah.
They just have so much style and personality compared to the American westerns that were coming out at the same time. So you know, you're in the Spaghetti West here, but you're in like a lighter corner, as opposed to like the darker side of the Spaghettis, which is where you get like For the Apocalypse and Django Kill If You Live Shoot.
Do you guys think that spaghetti westerns that they take advantage of the stunts? Like look how far this guy's falling from.
Oh yeah. Well, that's because like the Spanish stuntmen were legendary. And a lot of the actors, I mentioned this on the stream before, a lot of the actors that you see in like supporting roles, like his goons, are the stuntmen. Because that way you didn't have to get a stuntman for that guy when he gets shot and falls off the roof of a building. You could just use that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, those guys are, you know, I mean, they're stuntmen. They're lunatics, right? And glory hounds. They're like willing to like risk death just to have that, you know, amazing shot of them doing something amazing. There's a really great movie called 800. What was it? 800 Bullets, which is by Alex de la Iglesia, and it's a Spanish movie that is set in Almeria, in one of the western towns that they would shoot these movies in, and it's about the stuntmen when they've grown old. And then I think like I don't know, like somebody wants to like buy the land and like turn it into like a parking lot or something, and they're like, nah, that ain't happening. And then so they have like a big siege, basically, where they're defending, you know, the honor of the Spaghetti West. Yeah, I mean, I just think that this is just a really fun, breezy movie. It moves too. You notice that?
Yeah.
Like the pacing for this is just
not too much fat on it at all.
No, not at all.
Like
poor Valentine. To die in a moment of triumph. I weep for him. He's like, wait, this means there's only 4 of us. That means more money, more money, more money. And yeah, then of course, Dean Reed's character tries to make off with the gold. But Indio Black just like blows a hole in the back of that giant beer barrel. And it all runs out. And then he's the idiot that blows the bridge. Yeah, and this is like the one moment. Oh yeah, I mean, where Indio Black / Sabata is just like his share will go to my favorite charity, me.
I do like that. That was cool.
Yeah, I think it's a fun picture. I think it's a fun picture, and you could definitely do a lot worse. And fucking Yul, of course, just the fucking man. That gunslinger look that he had. I mean, he's pretty much almost the same character as Chris in the Magnificent Seven. And then, of course, they ended up wearing the black outfit for Westworld.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, oh, this is Westworld. Like, he's wearing the same thing here as he is there, as he is in the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we going to do? Well, what movie was it in last that, like, made a lot of money? Let's do everything just right like that.
Well, I mean, the thing is that his performance and his look in those movies, especially Magnificent Seven, is so fucking iconic.
Mm-hmm.
And casting him as the gunslinger in Westworld was a stroke of fucking genius. And his performance in that is fucking fantastic. I mean, it's the original Terminator, right? Where he's just like the killer that's just will not fucking stop. And it's just really great and wonderfully creepy. How
it's those pointed ears, yes.
Well, I mean,
I'm serious. The baldness and the pointed ears that makes him look like.
Also, Yul, the absolute king of racial ambiguity, right?
Yeah.
You could cast him as an Egyptian. You could cast him as an Aztec. You could cast him as just about almost anything, and he would fit. He was actually of Russian extraction.
Like Bronson, huh?
Oh, I thought Bronson was Lithuanian.
Oh yeah, that's right, Lithuanian.
Yeah,
over there.
Yes. Oh, actually, that's right. He that's interesting. He actually, because I'm actually looking this up to check myself. If I'm correct, he he would lie about his background. He claimed to be half Swiss, half Japanese at one point.
He probably just did that to fuck with people and also get roles,
Oh, for sure. Oh, I got no problem with that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. In reality, he was the son of the Russian daughter of a doctor and a engineer and inventor of Swiss, German, and Russian descent. So he was
Army
Swiss,
knives.
German, and Russian.
Or may not. Yeah.
But in the Westworld TV series, you see that character, the gunslinger, like in the background of one scene.
Yeah.
Where they have all the decommissioned robots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which I thought was pretty cool. Now, of course, also
that again. It's been a while
I know.
since I've seen
I've never seen it.
The original Westworld.
I remember I was supposed to watch that like fucking 20 years ago and I never did.
It's really
when the show came out and I watched the show.
First season, visionary. First season,
there's a Hemsworth in there. They keep like Hemsworths keep happening. Like you see, he's like head of security in there or something, and then you've got the other one in that other movie, and he's replacing. Isn't he supposed to be replacing?
Yeah, Cavill.
Henry
Cavill.
It looks all right. I mean, the show sucks, but
I ain't watching that shit.
Yeah. That first and third
I tuned
episode
out after like the second
good.
episode of the second season. I was like, that's it. I'm out.
I like the first and third episode of the first season. The third episode was dope.
Oh,
where he goes to that castle and fights that witch, and it was just like a Monster of the Week episode. That was like the best
that was
one.
Cool. That's like Supernatural. Supernatural was like that in the beginning. Well, it was the first season was just the Monster of the Week. First it was Indigo.
The best, dude.
I got no problem with that.
There's a show like that too with I don't know if you guys know who John C. McGinley is. He usually plays like you know, he has a Scrubs, and he had a show like where he hunted monsters, kind of like Ash from Blue Collar Guy.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
It was on Sci-Fi, but I never watched it. I always wanted to watch it, so that's like on my list, you know. And,
I love that dude.
He was always my top cast for Cyclops.
That was Dana Gould's show. It's Stan versus Evil or something
that's
like that.
Stan versus Evil.
Stan versus Evil.
I never seen it, so that's one. I like the Blue Collar, you know, Ash, you know, style. I'm gonna go hunt fucking demons character.
Yeah,
you know, it's a genre now, all because of Ash.
Good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was all right.
I like that shit. Jack Brooks, Monster Slayer. That's another Ash character, another Ash ripoff. You know, I like that whole Ash ripoff genre. You know, it's a thing now.
It kind of is.
It is, dude. Once there's 3 of something, it's a subgenre as far as I'm concerned.
Yes,
it's a subgenre at that point.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Has
to be 3 though. After two is kind of like maybe, but 3 for sure. It's like, dude, there's 3 fucking movies. It's a subgenre at that point.
Yeah, now
like,
it's a thing.
Like this motherfucker's a subgenre now because he has the same costume in 3 movies. Not just playing.
Who's the bad guy from The Crow?
Michael Wincott.
Michael Wincott.
So he plays the bartender, like the old bartender in Westworld. And when Anthony Hopkins is having a conversation with him, just looking at his mannerisms, how he starts to glitch a little bit while he's moving, that was fun to watch.
He's got a killer voice too, man. He's in Joe Madureira's Darksiders. He does the voice of Death, like really gravelly, like coolest voice. You know, he'd be a great Solomon Kane, right, Brian?
He was always my pick for Solomon Kane.
Yeah.
One of the most underrated, underutilized, underappreciated actors of all time.
He really brings it, dude. Like in like the '90s, like especially in those like swashbuckling, like you know, from Prince of Thieves to you know, the Three Musketeers. You know what I mean? The Crow, Dead Man with Johnny Depp. He just
1492.
1492 was another one. He just keeps popping up. The Count of Monte Cristo is the jailer.
Count of Monte Cristo.
He had a few of them. He had a few of them. He had like 6 solid swashbuckling roles.
Yes, but never a lead. Never a leading man. And then, of course, also he played that Burnout, the very memorable Burnout that was in Oliver Stone's Talk Radio.
I haven't seen that.
Remember the metal kid that shows up?
I've never seen Talk Radio. I have to check it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's a very good movie. It's based on a stage play. So, you know, it's a little confined, but it's still cinematic. You know
what I like about Oliver Stone?
Yeah.
I like how he brought the Cole villain into Conan, and, you know, that was his idea. And he wrote 12 movies. And Emilius was like, that's a good idea. I'll keep it.
I know.
Was Future World part of the Westworld universe?
It's a sequel.
Oh, no shit.
But it's shit.
Okay.
And Yul is in it.
A shit cool?
Yul is in it as the gunslinger, but it's in a dream sequence where he's like making love to the heroine in the movie, right? So it's like sexy gunslinger. It's a terrible movie. Yeah, Future World. I really can't recommend that one. And it's got Peter Fonda, who at the time wasn't a very good actor, became a very good actor when he got older. But for starters, yeah, not especially. Although I remember as a kid being very amused at the ending of that because you're led to think that he and the heroine have been replaced by robots, by the villains, and they're leaving, and then suddenly he turns around and gives them the finger. Which I thought was pretty funny. You know, when you're a kid, you find shit like that fucking hilarious.
Looks like they did a Future World remake with James Franco.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Really?
Huh. Might have to check that.
I didn't watch it, but I do see it at the top of the list.
I never knew it existed.
Well, I know there were. How many seasons were there of Westworld? The TV series. I think it was it 4? Because I remember after the second one, I was like, I'm out. And yeah, I think maybe I watched. Yeah, I think there were three seasons, maybe 4. But I mean, boy, they just. It's just an example of like the first season is virtually perfect, and it's just like they had to fuck it up.
Oh no,
they fuck it up. Why? Because you got to fuck everything up now.
It's called bait and switch.
Bait and switch. No, I mean, because I was talking before about X-Men 97, how I was going to refuse to watch it. Well, not refuse to watch it. I had no interest. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Zero interest. Then everybody's telling me it's dope, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. And I was like, yeah, they're right. It's dope. But now nobody, like hardly anybody's watching it because they're just so used to getting fucked. And
yeah, but
that's
you're always
why,
waiting for the shoe to drop. You know what I'm saying? Like it always
yes.
starts out, it's like great, and then it's like, there it is.
Right. When are they going to turn around and fuck me? At some point, they're going to turn around. You know, Wolverine's going to have a love scene with Morph, right? Like it's going to happen.
No. Yeah, probably will.
No, it's totally going to happen.
He's like, oops, my bad. Turns into Jean Grey.
What am I sitting on? Is this Morph?
Morph, you kill me.
I feel something poking me.
Oh man, I have to admit that shit was funny when Plastic Man became Wonder Woman's dress, where Wonder Woman's like wearing a dress, and so she realizes that it's Plastic Man.
That's pretty funny. He's like, hey, how you doing?
You see, you don't know it, but you just described the plot for the next X-Men 97, like the second season.
Yeah, right.
Wolverine and Morph hook up.
Right.
And it's like that series is really well written. I mean, it's like, because that's the other thing too, right? As an old X-Men fan, going back to when I was a wee lad, we're so used to getting fucked. We're so used to getting screwed. We're so used to getting baited and switched and everything. We're just so used to getting our hearts broken. And yeah, I was not going to give that show the fucking time of day, and it turns out that it's excellent, and nobody's watching it.
Yeah,
or at least hardly anybody. If the ratings are to be believed, which
season 2 got everyone's like not paying attention, but season 2 got greenlit. Like no one even talks about that.
They started making it. Yeah,
yeah, it's like, so
it doesn't matter though. They can cancel it on a whim.
They could cancel it, you know. But I mean, I don't know. We really knows what their point is, you know what I mean, or what they're thinking, you know, with everything, you know.
They're thinking like, if
exactly
too many of these fucking Republicans start liking this shit, we're gonna cancel it. I don't care what the ratings are.
Maybe, right? Like it's hard to say, man. Like with all like the propaganda they're putting out there, like what their motives are, you can't really tell.
This is
it's all about propaganda and like what ifs, you know, like what's
like, oh, you guys like this? Y'all like it? Go on. There it
goes. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
dude.
it's just like we're gonna right. It's like, oh, you like this? We're gonna give you one great season, and then we're gonna give you like half of like
Welcome to Westworld.
Then we're gonna fuck you.
Usually they fuck you over like no matter what TV show it is. They usually fuck you over in season 2 or 3. Like they start really pushing the woke agenda. Like I was on that. Yeah, I was on that shit like fucking 5 years ago. Like just little stupid shit that they don't have to do it just because they're like, I'm gonna put this in here to make your kids question what the fuck that is. You know, wasn't in fucking 50 of the other episodes, but you had to put that there, and the kids could be like, well, what's that mean, Daddy? I'm like, fuck, I don't know. They're fucking something's wrong with them. You know what I mean? Like it's just stupid. You know what I mean? Like, why you got to
just be like, you don't worry what that is.
Yeah, I just be like, I don't know. You know what I mean? But they do that. Like they fucking convert shit in there. And big fucking directors I respect and produce shows. And like,
all I have to say is,
you let me down.
Yep.
Blue's Clues. That's all I'm saying.
Blue's Clues? What did they do to Blue's Clues?
I remember Blue's Clues.
They got like you remember they had the dude. They had
the dude, yeah.
Fun
the
shirt,
dude had problems.
Yeah.
Didn't the dude have like Jared problems? Subway Jared problems?
He had some issues, but it was focused towards kids, right? And it's still focused towards kids, like really little kids, except they got a big transvestite, like overweight transvestite.
Did they really?
Yeah, and they sing songs about you just love your body the way it is, you know. You can be anything or anybody you want to be.
That's all that postmodernist bullshit.
You love your body the way that it is. You're going to be the only one loving your body.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything you want. You can do anything.
Do promote that? I'm just saying, like.
Yeah.
Well, that's because being morbidly obese is actually healthy.
Yeah. Right. Like you walk in a
Look at
Target and they're
Lizzo.
like pushing that, like this is the body type. Like no, it's not. It's unhealthy. You know, your blood type's diabetes. Like you know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah.
sorry.
Really fucking bad for you. And I say that as a fat guy. I say that as a guy that struggled with his weight his entire fucking life.
Yeah.
Right? It sucks being fat. It's not good. It's not good for you. And
But I hope the
kinda
next
think
season's
that it's
good,
a
man.
big
I hope they don't
misdirect.
fucking
I
do
do
some
too.
stupid shit. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting for Conan. I'm glad Conan, like the way they're writing it's been solid so far. We haven't seen any stupid shit.
oh, that
been the
Conan
best.
short.
Well, that was dope. The little like fucking Primal-esque little short that 10 seconds
Yes.
Tower of the
Remember
Elephant
we were
one.
talking about Primal and we
Mhm.
were both thinking like, oh my god, if Getty Tartakovsky did a
Did a
Conan,
Conan,
series.
yeah. And
that's
yeah.
exactly what that was.
The new
Yeah.
Conan,
Exactly
the
what
new
that was.
Conan series, Brian, is like like what they're doing is they're expanding the Howard-verse in its entirety. Like I didn't even know Howard had like 20 characters.
Sure
Like,
did.
he created the occult detective. I didn't know about that. And there's
Yep.
you know, so the modern day in this in the Howard-verse, because that's their whole plan is they're going to expand the Howard-verse. Titan is the modern day is 1930s. It doesn't go past 1930s.
Right.
So it goes. It starts with Cold and it goes all the way to the two detectives that are the occult detectives. You know, and they're going to do some of their stories.
Oh man, Pigeons from Hell, that's one of the scariest stories ever. That's one of Howard's horror stories.
He has the first shared universe, dude. Like no one really could pinpoint who came before him.
Yep.
We know who came after him, and that was
maybe
Universal Pictures with the MonsterVerse, you know. But the shared universe, like who had this massive, like he has like almost 20 characters that are in a shared universe. I didn't know he had that many. I thought he had like maybe 10 at tops. He's got like 20.
Oh, dude, so many.
Fucking crazy.
More than I can keep track of.
There's this picture like in the back of one of the Conan books, the newer ones. I think it's like 9, 10, or 11. Because in the back they do these cool little mini docs things about like they'll pick like a city or something about Solomon Kane or El Borak or something, right? And
Black Turlock.
They'll do something like that, and in there they just show all of them. You know what I mean? There's a new cover. The new cover for the new. I mean, it's totally out of character and it doesn't fit, but I want it. The new one of the new covers for Savage Sword is it's got Solomon Kane. It's got Black Agnes. It's got I think El Borak. It's got Conan. They're all in a lineup, and it's like close up, and they're all like look like they got in a bar fight, and they're all like shit faced. And it just looks cool, and it's like painted, you know? But it's like
character.
But it's like kind of close up. It's just like the bust up, you know. And it's a double page like cover like front and back, you know. I'm like that's fucking cool, dude. You know, because they're really like emphasizing Howard-verse,
right.
you know.
Right. Well, I mean
more than
that's
ever.
the thing that pissed me off so much about the Marcus Nispel Conan, the one with Jason Momoa, was right at the beginning. You've got Morgan Freeman coming in and telling you about Hyboria, and you see a map of it, and it's not fucking Hyboria.
Hyboria.
It's like it's like motherfucker. It's not. It's like, look, see this? That's a fucking map of Hyboria. That's the fucking map that you have to show.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers. Because the whole concept is that it's basically the world when it was one continent. It's the world
Pangea.
before continental drift.
Yeah.
Right?
I like his take on Atlantis too, man, where it's not just one city, it's like a country, and there's different cities in Atlantis, you know, and there's Stone Age Atlantis, and then there's fucking Atsuria, or where Cole's from. His is like the highest like form of like technologically advanced people, you know. And I like how fucking Cole is like he's a little taller than Conan and a little more like, you know, thinks a little more, you know. I would say he's a little more conservative in some regards, not entirely, but a little bit, you know. And then Conan's a little bit more liberal in some ways, a little more free, you know, but not entirely either. Just to kind of tiptoe on those lines, you know.
Right. Because also it's like when Conan becomes king, you know,
it's going to change, you know.
He changes, but he's still Conan.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. He never doubts himself. Conan never doubts himself, whereas Kull is always looking inward. Right? Conan's always looking out. Kull is always looking in, and he's always like doubting himself and questioning himself. And
he's pretty mad. They have him in the new Conan series. A little spoiler.
Oh, well, I'll take that.
He's pretty mad in there though, dude. There's some shit going down. He's fucking pissed and he's mad. And another spoiler that's kind of in the book, Conan gets possessed by an entity, and he starts going around like Michael Myers and just murking fools.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's hard horror, dude. The first fucking 11 issues, like they go into. There's a lot of horror in there, dude. A lot of horror.
Gotta get the fucking trade paperback.
I don't know if you're familiar with Doug Braithwaite. I think that's his name. Doug Braithwaite. I think that's his name. I can't pronounce his name. But he does like 4 issues, and then Robert De La Torre does 4 issues, because there's no fucking way De La Torre could do 12 issues a year. So they do 4 and 4, and they have like little baby mini arcs, which I think is cool. You know,
that's wonderful. I think
that's wonderful. It keeps it consistent. You know,
and so 6 issues is perfect for a trade paperback.
Well, they're doing 4. Like they're doing mini arc 4. So nice. The trades are only 4. So you're getting like 80 pages for a trade for $10.
I'll take that shit.
But hard recommend, dude. They're really good. And then Savage Sword's getting better with each. I can't wait till the 3rd issue comes back.
It drives me crazy because my LCS doesn't have any of that shit because of weird. Diamonds.
You got to order it too, man. And then Plug, I got the Plug cover for issue 11. It's Plug and Horley over Plug.
God. Plug?
He paints over it.
Plug?
It's Plug with Horley over Plug.
What?
Like he paints over it.
Why would they use that kind of art on it? That shit.
Looks dope. It looks like Bisley too, though. It looks like a Bisley piece. To be honest, the end result looks very Bisley. It looks very Bisley. But I'm gonna have to start requesting. Well, I think Horley's painting over Plug because it says it says
that just shows how much like Plug's work attracts like really good painters.
So cool.
Bisley, Horley,
and I was like, yes, I got the cover because I don't ask for covers, you know. I'm gonna start asking.
One of the greats. He's still alive,
dude,
right?
I'm telling you,
movies,
people.
Fucking Shrek, bro.
Like, is goddamn incredible. You know?
It's like, dude, oh my god, I can't believe he did all that. Ghost Rider, like, oh my god.
One of these Savage sort of Conans looks like they're small, like they're behind a wall and there's a cat trying to get to them. I don't know what to make of it. The magazine group, the Savage Sword of Conan, and they're like standing. They're like using jewelry to fight with each other because they're like really small and like it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Conan.
I don't know. I haven't read that one yet. But the Savage Sword is done in the OG fashion. And I think a lot of people don't know about it. The people that do know about it are buying it, so it's selling pretty good. And then regular Conan's selling really good right now. Like it's like they're really happy. The people that are the publishers. But I think if a lot of cats, like older cats specifically, knew that they're producing Savage Sword in that magazine size in black and white, I think a lot of people will be picking it up because it's at the very I think it's really dope. But at the very least, it's entertaining as fuck, you know. And it has different stuff in it too. It's never the same exact, like it's an anthology, but you might have a short prose story or you might have a poem in there. You're definitely going to have, and then there's a Solomon Kane story that's by Patrick Zurcher that's kind of continuing out through there's 4 parts of it. So, but yeah, man, like it's good. It's really good.
Poems is the poetry by Robert E. Howard?
One of them would be. Well, I think one of them is by Robert E. Howard. The one poem, because there's only 2 of them so far, and the first one had a poem by Robert E. Howard, and then Jim Zub, the main writer behind everything right now. I think they asked him, or he suggested, we want you to do a quick pulp story, like a quick, just really fast action one. He's like, all right, I'm gonna have Conan taking out a bunch of horsemen, in the middle of the desert, and just really action packed sequence where he fucks them up, and so he got to do that. So that's in there. But I don't know. It's pretty cool, man. Just because for me, it wasn't Conan wasn't cool since Dark Horse, with the Busiek, or I forgot who's doing the colors.
Busiek and Carrie Nord.
And Carrie Nord's art, man. Oh my god, like I just love that. That's what really kind of got me into Conan was that era, and then
it's fantastic.
Daughter and just man, I want to go back and rebuy those.
Oh, those are so great. Yeah, I've got all of those. And then Timothy Truman's run was really good. And then he and Joe Lansdale did a miniseries, a Conan miniseries.
I got to get that.
That was really good. Oh, it's so good. Great shit. Yeah, Truman is one of those artists that's also one of my favorites. One of those
Truman's
guys.
Amazing. He's not the best artist. I want to make that clear. But he's the best artist writer combo. One of the best anyway out there.
Matt Wagner.
Matt Wagner is the best painter I've ever seen. hands down.
And a fantastic writer.
He can compete with Bisley. Like,
You want to see that cover I was telling you about? I think I got it right here.
Fuck yeah! I was just looking for it actually. What?
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's like I see. It's like a mugshot.
Yeah. It's not very Conan, but it's just fun.
Too.
It's just kind of fun, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
and
awesome.
I think the designer of Crimstone, I think Maria the Wolf. I think that girl, she's doing one of the covers too. So.
She's fantastic.
That's coming out. So.
She's
and on the
talented.
Savage Sword 3's got him fighting. It's an Alex Horley cover. He's fighting a gigantic werewolf in the snow.
Oh.
That's like, fuck, dude.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, werewolves are part of the Conan universe. You'll kind of
I didn't know that.
them sometimes if you're going through a forest. Yeah,
oh.
and vampires, and then of course
in the Howard lore or the Marvel lore.
No, in the Howard lore.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, and
what the fuck?
Yeah, well, that's because usually when monsters appear in the Conan stories, they're usually Lovecraftian entities of some kind.
Oh,
but then there's also sometimes these like these nameless horrors that that are from like another dimension.
There's a fucking T-Rex in the first story in the new Savage Sword. You know,
nice.
I was like, okay, I could deal with that. You know, that's very primal.
Sure.
It reminded me of Primal. You know, like I mean, giant snakes and gorillas and tarantulas. You know, but you know, I didn't really, and then maybe but no dragons really. I guess there might be some dragons, but I don't. To me, that's
any of the Howard stories that I
right. It's always that's like a high fantasy thing. To me, dragons are just a little.
Well, technically, Conan is high fantasy.
Yeah,
but you're thinking more of lighter.
Yeah,
there's a lot of magic and monsters in Conan. That's one of the reasons I like it.
Yeah, but what's cool about Conan, about that universe, is that magic is on its way out.
Yeah,
So
and everybody hates it and are terrified of it.
Well, I mean, Conan is certainly terrified.
Everybody, like, and a lot of people are in the towns. Like, they're fucking scared as fuck of magic. It seems like.
Well, that's also because one of the things that's great about magic in the Conan world is that it can go wrong. And when it goes wrong, the consequences are dire. You do not want to fuck up the spell. If you're fucking with magic in the Robert E. Howard universe, you do not want to make any fucking mistakes.
I'm sure there is dragons in there.
Sideways.
It's just I'm learning more about his Hyperborea. You know, like I never really thought werewolves or vampires would be in there. For me, it was just like giant apes, giant spiders, giant fucking snakes, and to me, and that's very like believable because his stuff's very grounded, you know. But then and then someone said T-Rex, I'm like, okay, I can kind of, but a fucking vampire and a werewolf, I'm like, okay, that's kind of, but that's dark.
I don't know, man.
You know?
There's a giant dinosaur. There's a dinosaur in Red Nails.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he and Valeria get chased by like a flesh-eating like reptile.
Oh, that's right.
Like a dinosaur.
Like a raptor or something.
Yeah, something. No, it's big.
Like,
and and they have to like climb up some rocks.
But dragons, I don't ever really remember seeing or hearing about dragons in any of the Howard like Conan shit. You know.
Jeff, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
No, not at all. I was just I was about to just mention a couple of things because like you talk about like. Dragons seem like high fantasy, but you can find descriptions of. Stop me if you heard this one already. You can find a description of a dinosaur and a dragon in Job 40 and 41.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're finding dinosaur bones back in the Disney too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, and it's not implausible, but there's a whole huge conversation you can have about like soft tissue discoveries that we've had recently. And
well, I mean, there's just one word. I'll make it real simple. Pterodactyl. That's it. Pterodactyl. That's a fucking dragon. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
So it's like
they had a bunch of different types of pterodactyls back then. No,
it does say from his sneezings a light doth shine.
Oh, interesting.
And if one of them actually spit like a Gila monster did and it flew, then you have basically an acidic spitting fire-esque creature. Yeah. That's a dragon, right?
Yeah.
It's not that far-fetched, really.
There was like watching the Y-Files, you know?
Yeah. I've seen that.
And he did a whole episode on illegal tech and all kinds of stuff like that. But he also did an episode where he was talking about the Smithsonian and all these different things that were submitted to the Smithsonian that mysteriously disappeared. When people started asking about it, they had accidents, you know,
Mm.
totally normal accidents like heart attacks and shit like that.
Right.
And one of the things that they found in New Mexico was this. It was this art from the city and this pottery where it described like people riding dinosaurs in this big
Yes.
city, right?
Yes, I've heard of this.
And
That's crazy.
it was absolutely
Peru.
like legit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that shit actually, and they found bones and all. They submitted. They were like, "Oh, this is perfect. We'll submit it to Smithsonian. Just be part of history." Disappeared.
Yeah. No, I've heard of that.
Completely
I actually heard about that before. It was in like
They
Peru.
found
or
the bones
Chile
of
or something.
giants. They found
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And all the giants' bones too disappeared.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like what?
Extended skulls, all that kind of shit.
Yeah, that
Gone.
shit's like in, I'm guessing, like Dick Cheney's basement.
Well, and it's weird too because you think like, and then you watch the show Primal, right? And it's a dude and a dinosaur, and then you have Vikings come in, you know, and you're just like, well, were you fucking there? Were any of us fucking there?
Exactly.
Like, not really. So we
Right.
really don't know,
Right.
and we know that the whole Darwin thing fucking pissed them off when they find these gigantic femurs. You know, oh,
Seal
fuck,
camp.
oh, what are we gonna do? There
Seal
can't be multiple primates evolving at the same time. That we didn't all come from chimps. Oh, fuck
I
that.
think a lot of
Bury that
this,
shit.
like,
All the-
all of it comes from religion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you disagree with us, we'll fucking lock your ass up. If you disagree with us, we'll
Copernicus,
burn you at the stake.
Galileo.
So all
The
these
Earth
scientists
is not
are
the
like,
center of the universe. Okay,
no,
well, you
the
know.
Earth is flat. I can prove it. Dinosaurs do not exist. No, that's not somebody ride a dinosaur.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, no, some absolutely fascinating shit. Like, I mean, when they discovered the hobbits, they call them those little people that
Oh
like,
yeah.
heads the size of
Absolutely, yeah.
grapefruits,
Yeah, definitely.
right? They
Yeah.
were not human, but they were like,
Primate.
I don't know if they were an offshoot or if they were just evolved from a completely different
Well, they
creature.
said they were a species, like a subspecies of Homo sapien.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Homo
They said there
something.
were many
Yeah.
species of Homo sapien,
There's so many, dude. I think it was like
Right.
20 or more.
but
Right.
something could be Neanderthals. I don't know, but they wiped them out completely. Each one of those species, except for us, right?
Yeah, but we have,
Pool
yeah,
was
but
so small that a grain of rice has more genetic like differences than we do. Like we're fucking
yeah, but there's a belief now, if I'm not mistaken, that we didn't so much destroy the Neanderthals, we kind of absorbed them.
Yeah.
could be. Yeah,
I mean, dude, come on,
We'll breed them
at this
out.
hair. Look at this hair, man. I would not be surprised if I have Neanderthal blood in me.
A lot of people do, you know.
I would be surprised. Would not be surprised. Oh
What
man,
is it, like 1/8% or something like that is like Neanderthal in every person? Like
I don't know.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of people that have it, dude.
that's amazing.
Fire
I'm sure
bad.
Momoa has a lot.
Bread good, fire
A
bad.
big old fucking forehead.
It's
Who's
just
the dude that
fascinating.
played Hellboy?
Yeah, him
that
too.
dude's-
Perlman.
He is
Gotta
a
have-
Neanderthal. Like you see his jaw coming out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
gotta have some, bro.
He's a
He's
freaky
Conan-
looking dude.
Conan's
Ron
dad, dude.
Perlman.
Either that or monkey.
No,
Like, he's
Conan's dad is William Smith.
Oh yeah. This you could trust.
I'm thinking, what movie should we watch next week? Of course, is Horror Movie Club. I remember Preston wanted to do Assignment Terror, but then
Assignment Terror was
Near Dark
awesome.
suddenly appeared, and of course had to fucking hop on that because shit will appear and then disappear.
Yeah, I noticed that.
from
Like sometimes like
streaming.
in
You
like
notice
3
that?
weeks. Yeah, like it'll be there for like 3 weeks and then poof.
Yeah.
Now I will say this, like Future World with James Franco is on Tubi, and it looks very Mad Max-esque,
What?
like very Mad Max-esque.
Oh,
No.
so it's not related to.
I don't
So,
think so. Like it's
Westworld.
apocalyptic, kind of crazy shit, dude. Like I don't know, it looks crazy. I wonder why I've never heard of this goddamn movie.
Because
Yeah,
there's like
me
a
neither.
billion movies that you've never heard of. There's a billion
Well, what-
movies I've never heard of.
It's pretty
Did
new
it
too.
come
Like, it's
out-
from 2018. I was looking at the
Did it-
trailer while we were talking.
Okay, I guess that
fucking
might be-
beast of a movie.
James Franco has a little bit of a thing, like a barbarian type thing where He's
it's got Mila Jovovich in there and Lucy Liu.
Yeah. It's like got a it's got a nice cast, dude. Like,
I mean, you have my attention.
Steel Dawn.
No, I'm down to watch it for sure, dude.
I just can't stop looking.
Steel Dawn. Oh my gosh.
I'm telling
you. Is that
you.
Swayze?
It's got Method Man and Snoop Dogg's in here too.
With a
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
The meth. Oh, I see. Future World, spelled in one word, is the
old one
sequel to Westworld. Yeah. Future Space World is the James Franco movie. Oh, they got Rollerball on there now too. I love that movie. That's like one of those movies I have a relationship with. It's like one year I'll watch it and think it's like the most brilliant thing ever, and then I'll watch it another year and I'll think it's like the most.
Your sound went out.
Brilliant again. But what do you guys think we should do next week? Should I just pick something, or should we do
Simon Terror would be awesome.
Simon Terror, okay. Yeah, we could.
I don't think a lot of people know about that one. Dude, that thing.
Nah, never heard of it.
Dude.
It's wild.
Never heard of it.
It's a Spanish monster rally. It's like
nice.
House of Frankenstein.
Everything, dude. Like
it's House of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
But vampires. Like Spanish style with like Paul Naschy.
Well, I remember the last one he wrecked was fucking was Damien's fucking Frankenstein Mummy
versus the Mummy. Yeah,
that shit was hard.
It was awesome.
Yeah, they're
really
all in
fucking
here.
Fun.
Yeah,
like a really pleasant surprise. But
I'm down for
yes,
that sounds
Preston
like some popcorn.
and I as Frankenstans. Definitely got to do a. Oh yeah, that's another one we got to do. Hopefully that'll still be on Tubi for a while. Oh no, I think that came off of Tubi. Is Frankenstein the True Story, which is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh, also, except I think it's the 2-hour version.
Is Frankenhooker on Tubi? Or is that
on a date? I don't know. But that movie rules.
We got to do that one.
A huge cult following.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
That's one of those ones like.
Man.
I figured we would do that on this show, like eventually. You know, it's like there's certain movies I'm just gonna wait because I know we're gonna do it on here. You know,
for sure. For
like Basket Case and all those others.
Yeah, we did Basket
Cannibal
Case,
Holocaust.
I
haven't done Cannibal Holocaust yet either. Figured I'd wait to talk about it on here.
I'm never doing that. Yeah, we're never doing that. I'm never watching that movie again. That's like one of those movies. I'm like, I watched it. It was brilliant. It was very incredibly well made. I don't need to see that shit again.
I hear you. One of those, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It'll fuck you up. It'll fuck you up.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah, man. So before we peace out, Jeff, where can people find you? Tell these fools.
YouTube, Kit Bash Federation. I just finished an episode and I actually re-uploaded it because something about sound. I don't have all my shit together yet.
That's all right.
Yeah, Kit Bash Federation on YouTube. And I'll be going to Wonderfest and driving there tomorrow, where you can see Randy Cooper, and he's like a model maker from like the movies and stuff. And Nick, I can't remember his name right now. I want to say it's Nicotero. His
Greg Nicotero?
Yeah, he's going to be there. And
the head of KMB Special Effects.
Yeah, so he's gonna be at Louisville at the convention center there by the airport.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the hotel or whatever. So
badass.
Yeah.
Badass. Cool. Hey, hope you have fun, and thanks for dropping in, dude. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. It's nice to see you guys all again, and nice to see you for the first time ever, Doc.
That's Preston.
I've seen you on there before.
Sexy Preston. Sexy Preston. Tell these fools where they can find you.
Here, like every
okay,
week,
right.
and Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Nikki the Pipe. Also, sign up for the Hell Night campaign.
Yeah,
I feel like sign up for it.
No, don't give them that option. Don't give them an out. No, they see that shit, they gotta fucking sign up for it.
It looks interesting.
It looks more than interesting. It looks badass. I'm so happy that people responded the way they did to the illustration that you dropped. Like, people were ready for that. People were ready for fucking Hell Knight.
Oh. Yeah, I think people haven't done a character like that because they're scared to draw like superheroes on motorcycles. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
There's a to doing horseback riding characters and motorcycle riding characters because they're extremely difficult to fucking do.
Yeah, they are, notoriously. But not for you. Not for you. You can fucking handle that shit. That's one of the things I learned about Preston when I write for him is give him like a lot of motorcycles and shit and he'll be happy. Yeah. All right, Matt, where can people find you?
You guys could find me on Twitter or X at Runecutter Comic. You could also find my show on YouTube, my channel, Metal Movies and Brewskis. I do reviews, flip throughs, stuff like that. Yeah, man. If you guys want to check out my books, Butch Cleaver, they're on Fund My Comic, or just go to butchcleaver.com and I mail them off right now. So it's basically like a store on there too. So I got my first 2 ever made comic books by myself. So yeah, thanks,
go in now.
Thanks for having me on, bro.
No, dude,
it's fun to be here.
I am happy that you are going to be able to hang out, given your schedule.
Yeah,
Pops, where can these nice people find you? The madness.
You can always find me every day, multiple shows right here on the Madness Comic Network.
Hell yeah. And everybody, of course, can find me here. Smash that subscribe button, smash the like button, ring a ding ding dong, the bell for notifications. You can find me on the Facebooks at Brian Christgau. You can find me on the Twitters at Brian Christgau. And thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate you. And Pops, you want to take us out?
You got it. Peace,
everybody.
everybody.
All right, everybody. Until next time, peace, love, and metal.
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
Genuinely cutting. But also funny and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Right? Good help is so hard to find. Getting it there. Critical